I was living in my truck. And this was by choice. I was that invested in Men Are Not the Enemy that I didn't want any distractions with like having to overwork myself. So I didn't want to have like I didn't want to be working 24/7, which meant that I would have had all these bills. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pursue Men Are Not the Enemy. I'm gonna work at UPS part-time. I had sent my son to my mom here in Missouri. I was still living in Atlanta. I turned my truck, took the back seat out, turned my truck into my home, and that's how invested I was in Men Are Not the Enemy. And so, like now,
whoa, wait, can I ask you about
yeah,
that? So,
yeah,
why did you feel like it needed to get to that point for you to like, I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe I'm articulating this wrong, but you said you were living out your car because you were going so hard in trying to get this thing off the ground, basically, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I was that on fire. Like I can't explain it. I was that on fire to see men thrive. I was just that on fire. I can't explain it other than that. And so like I said, I didn't want any distractions. If I had stayed in Atlanta, Atlanta's home expenses is extremely high. So that meant I would have had to have either 2 or 3 jobs or a job that requires me to work probably the full freaking 24 hours or 12-hour shifts. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, no, I want to be dedicated to what I believe in. So I was like, well, let me just go nomad. And this is what I've always wanted to do anyway in my RV. So
Okay.
I just went to the extreme. Yeah, I did.
Okay. That's okay. Now you got to understand, most people wouldn't go that far, but that just highlights your commitment to it, right? That just
Right.
shows how much you were heavily invested, how much you had your heart into it. So
Mhm.
that's what I saw. That's what I saw, right? So take us from that position to where we are today and how everything transitioned.
Everything that women, well, probably not everything, probably like 99% of stuff that women were trying to tell me when I was in that particular ministry, their feelings, their experiences, um, everything mattered. I couldn't really relate at that particular time because I was so driven and so focused on this ministry, and I was so on fire for God. It was just in me that I was blind. I was really blind, and so much so the crazy part about it is the majority of the women's story was actually my own, like being cheated on, being left with the kids, being disrespected, being treated unfairly, not really men not really honoring them and knowing what love is and giving them respect and all these things. Um, I my faith in the restoration of families was so much more valid and passionate in my heart and in my eyes that I was just like, yeah, you know, ladies, like I feel you. You guys are hurt, knowing I was hurt too. But you know, this is where it's going.
So
It's
let me ask you
going
this,
to a
Jane.
place, and
Let me
it never. We never arrived there. That place never. That place is it doesn't exist.
so
But
let
go
me
ahead.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. So in the face of, you know, going hard for the cause, but experiencing like a conflicting reality to what you're advocating, um, how did you manage to overlook that? Like, or did you manage to overlook that? Or do you think you were like suppressing it or something?
I wasn't really suppressing it. It was genuine that I thought that it was gonna be a shift. I literally had faith in the shift. I literally thought that the actions of men were genuine. I really did. And so I just thought that if women just held on a little bit longer, men would see all these values and they will respect us and they will actually genuinely want to love us and all of that. Um how I explained it is it came to a place where my heart and what I saw with my eyes, it no longer my eyes was overriding my heart. And I had to step out of what I wanted the world to be like in my heart because that's not what I saw. It's not what I saw and it's not what I heard. So
Okay.
I just had, unfortunately, the men brought me to a place where they just dumped me, and I just was left to face my own reality, not even my reality, but the reality around me.
Hmm. Okay, so it was an internal, sort of like an internal war you were having. Like, should I
Yeah,
remain true to this, or should I just confront the reality that this ain't what it is? Right? Is
exactly.
that, did I get that right?
Precise.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now I was telling also Des and JP before we went live that the reason why I think, serendipitously this live was able to come together, because I was telling them how, I was on TikTok just scrolling through, and somebody was somebody was letting it, just, you were talking to the people, right? You had your perspective, and I was curious more, so about that perspective, because and again, I appreciate you coming on, sharing this. You didn't have to. I appreciate you. This is really good insight, and I think clarity for a lot of people that may be going through a similar transition.
Mhm.
I honestly, and fellas, I'm not saying this transition is right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I have not stated my position. I'm just listening, because you have to always hear people out, right? Des, what's up with the faces? What?
I just believe she has the right to change her mind.
Okay, that's fine. Hold that for a second. All right, go
Right.
ahead, Jane. You can pick up where you left off.
Well, just to give the panel insight of what my topic that was seen is my uh my topic was life after male distraction, and then it was basically like building sisterhood, or I forgot how I worded that particular part, but particularly it was having a discussion with women about life after male distraction. And so I allowed the women to give and exchange their experiences, and then I'm sharing with them my experiences, and I was able to analyze a lot of things, and they were too. And then we were just having open dialogue about the reality of what we've been through, and ironically, a lot of our stories are the same. And the panel that I had on when you were coming in, those women were all daddy's girls. They were all raised by their father. They all had active fathers in their life. And so the conclusion about that is when I was Men Are Not the Enemy, I was encouraging men to particularly pick daddy's girls, because my theory was I'm a daddy's girl. So my theory was those are the women that can probably relate to you a little bit more, because she's so accustomed to a man being around her, right? But the reality of it is I had to take a step back and like, okay, so if all of us on this panel right now are daddy's girls, and I'm listening to all of your testimonies and your stories, and it started out each and every one of y'all genuinely sought to love a man, and then finding out later on that he did not love you the same back. In fact, he did not even look at love the same way that woman particularly looked at love. Then I had to come up with the conclusion of what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is that it's never about it was never about it seems that it was never about a man actually picking a woman to actually benefit him in life. Um like 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 really benefit, not, aside from sex, aside from her having his babies, like just genuinely having him around or having her around. I'm finding out that you can literally be the most perfect woman and you'll still not be appreciated.
So let me tell you this, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be foolhardy in this assertion I'm about to make. But as I was listening to your live, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, although you were saying what you're saying right now, I still heard a tenor, almost like a very faint, like you still kind of believe in this. And I'm like, again, this is not, I'm literally telling you my observation. And let me tell you how I'm gonna demonstrate it. Because when one of the girls were talking about walking side by side, you had corrected them. It was almost like you were saying, no, we just got to get the men to just understand their role. Am I wrong in that, in how I perceived that? Because that's what I kind of got from it.
I literally just mentioned that tonight. um you are right. I probably will always be Men Are Not the Enemy, and I actually hate that for myself. I really do. I'm trying to run away from it but genuinely, that's my thumbprint. That's literally my heart. Is to have sought out, to set out to really think that men would honor their role as the leaders. Men say all the time, we're the hunters. Men are the hunters. Okay, so uh, having such responsibility to get out here and hunt, like, when you get the woman, then what? Why are you hunting women? So anyway, to answer your question, yes. Somebody, other guys said that too, and they're starting to come in, and they're saying, "Whoa, Jane, this is not you. What's going on? What happened?" And I'm just like, shut the fuck up and leave me alone, and just receive.
I just want to say that she did tell me shut the fuck up too. I was included in that. Hey, I don't take it personally, Jane. I don't take it personally.
Let me ask you this, because Neil just hit something to where he just said that you still towing the line. Have you ever just considered just stepping back and just sitting down? Because how can you lead a flock of sisters if you don't know exactly where you're going?
First of all, I'm not trying to lead. I'm not trying to lead, JP.
So what are you doing? So I'm
just being Jane. I'm just being Jane. I no longer have that. I no longer have that over my head anymore. I no longer have that accountability over my head. I'm just a girl. I'm just a woman.
So why are you initiating all this banter? If you're just being Jane, put the mic down, Jane. Put the mic down.
I don't have to, JP.
Put the mic down.
I don't have to.
Because
okay. This is what I think we're trying to say.
Hold on, Neil. You done sat long enough. You done led the witness in all your questioning, Neil. All right, we got it. So let me ask you this.
I'll go on mute.
You know what, Neil? This is going the wrong way, and I'm going to get off because
Jane, this is not an.
JP has been an enemy of mine. JP has not liked me since day one. He's never wanted to hear me out. He's never received my energy.
For a second.
He's always been defensive. So we can do this again with just you and I, and possibly Des, because I would love to hear Des' perspective. But I'm not going to do this with a coward. We got a coward on the panel. I'm not going to do this with a self-centered ass coward. I'm just not.
Okay, but Jane, before you leave,
we can do this another time.
Before you leave, though, I promise you, this is not meant to be an interrogation. Remember, I invited you on. Hold up, JP, chill, bro. Can I talk to my guest? Can I talk?
It's this fucking show. Shut the fuck up, JP.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Let me where my sound effects. Hold up, Jane. Let me find my sound effects because you need to get slapped. Hold up, bro. Just chill for 1 second. Let me finish my little dialogue. All I'm saying, I just want to reassure to Jane that your questioning is not meant to be an interrogative sort of questioning. JP just want to understand, because again, you got to keep in mind, Jane, we all was rocking, which even though you feel JP is the enemy, at one point we was all rocking with each other.
With me, Neil. Stop lying. JP did not rock with me, Neil.
Okay. You don't even think so. Hold up.
He never rocked with me. He never rocked with me.
Hold up. You don't even think by proxy?
No. Neil was, JP never liked me. He never liked me.
JP have never expressed to me he didn't like you. Ever.
You don't have to, Neil. The energy was clear as day.
No,
JP said was
I did not like you. No. He's
You're
right.
the type of man. You're the type of man that is attractive, that women fall for, and you treat them like shit. And you are the type of man that have all these women out here the way that they are. So fuck you, God. JP. And you're telling me to step down. I don't have to fucking step down. I am just Jane.
Okay, JP, just try a different approach.
No accountability.
So look, it's not that so I want you to know this, Jane. So check it. It's not that I never liked you. That's not.
I don't care that you don't like me.
That's
you don't have
true.
respect.
That's not.
You don't have respect for me. You don't.
But Jane, to be fair, he hasn't called you out your name. He hasn't disrespected you yet. Like, at least y'all haven't even seen each other for a long time. At least give him a little grace to express what he feels. If it comes off the wrong way.
I came on this show tonight to share my story. I thought this was going to be a interview. That's what I asked you for. So right. I'm not going to be interrogated by a coward. I'm not going to allow myself to do that, because that's where I walked away from. I walked away from from being under a man's thumb. I don't want that shit no more. Don't be questioning me or who the fuck I am. I can be who the fuck I am and what the fuck I want to do. And if I want to join an army of women, then fuck you. You don't have any grounds to me anymore. None of y'all niggas do. But if it's not gonna be that type of energy, I'm gonna step down and I'm going for good because I don't have to do this. I'm not titled. I'm not attached to men. I'm not the enemy anymore. I don't owe you guys nothing. I'm not trying to save y'all motherfuckers. Y'all can die for all of us. Y'all can all die off the earth for all of I care.
But Jay, I want to live though. I got kids. I got babies.
Well, I don't give a fuck, Neil. I really don't.
Okay, my babies.
You came on my shit.
Okay, I did. I have asked you. I will make it clear to my audience. I asked you to come on to the show. You are absolutely right. Not negating that. I'm just trying to reassure to you, as my guest on the show, who I invited, that this is not meant to be an attack. I think personally, what's going on is I think there might be some preconceived notions happening where people, standing where they standing on. And it's not going to be any dialogue from that. So if y'all don't mind, I would like to hear from Miss Des and her perspective. And Jane, I would like for you to be around because you rock with Des, right? So go ahead, Des.
I'm gonna stay on as long as I can.
Okay, I appreciate that. Go ahead, Des. No, JP, chill for 1 second. Go ahead, Des.
So hold on. So I think that.
Oh,
did you have a question, Neil?
No, I just said, what are your thoughts on everything Jane has shared with us so far, and anything outside of that?
So,
she's speechless. Oh my God! Clip this.
I would honestly be speechless too.
Well,
Des, go get on with it, will you?
I'm trying. I'm for real trying. So I guess I understand.
Uh-oh.
So okay. I feel like what she's saying, what she has experienced, I can attest to it. I understand that. I couldn't understand men are not how she felt before. It was a little bit more difficult for me to understand her reasoning for why she went so hard for that particular
demographic.
Yes. And so I'm trying to collect my words. I understand her better now than I did before. Whereas I think you two I don't know, maybe you did or you didn't. I guess for me, I understand.
What the hell are you talking about?
What she just deliberated on, the dialogue she just gave.
Yes.
I can understand because we have probably at some point in our lives experienced some of the same situations as it pertains to men, right?
All right.
Now, again, this is why I keep saying, people have the right to change their mind because, again, experiences shape people differently. Somebody could have a father. You could have two people that don't have fathers and their lives go two totally different ways. So what I'm saying is I understand where she's coming from now than when she didn't.
Well, thank you for that, Des. I appreciate that. Okay.
So I think so look. Jane, we know you've had tension with JP. JP, we know you've had tension with Jane. But I think it's not true. No. When I say tension, I just mean you all have had separate ideas, separate thoughts on a particular topic. Jane, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that JP is trying to be negative, but I really do want to understand his feelings towards it as well as yours. I want to hear both of y'all. Now, you all may not agree, but I want to hear both because, like I said, men, I guess, have this idea that changing your mind is not good if you're all into something.
But hold up for 1 second. But Jane is saying the same thing you've always been saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
so if she's saying that. Okay, so if she's saying fuck it, then why should she give a shit about how JP feel about it or not?
Well, she said she didn't care.
No, I'm just.
I mean, well, if we can, let's just hear JP out because I'm JP.
You would do the same thing though, Des. That's what's crazy.
Okay, I don't want to
hear a motherfucker out.
I'm not here to. Okay, let me tell you guys where I am. I have already arrived to where I am. That's point blank, period. I'm no longer trying to kumbaya with men. I don't want to hear your fucking feelings, JP. I don't want to hear, I just don't. I'm not here for that. I came on here. I asked Neil to give me an interview so that I can put my story out there of why I arrived here. That's why I came on here. I didn't come on here to get interrogated by you and your dumbass questions that I don't have to answer. Because you gave me beef from the beginning. I came on here originally I came in here with open hearts and open ears. But it was your bullshit. And I feel your energy. You don't have to speak. I see your energy from a mile away. And I don't want anything to do with you. I really don't. I feel like, Neil, you need to get another type of man. You need to get a real man on the panel. I don't know why the fuck he's even up here anyway.
Just listen. I gotta say is
first and foremost, I like to be.
It's not about. I've never given you just beef.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
No. I have just always came with A, accountability, and B. All I said was let's talk it out. So when you say
how can you be against a woman that was men are not the enemy? You was against me from day one, me saying men are not the enemy.
It's because I never believed you. That's the issue.
And that's the reason why. So therefore I don't so why are you even why are we talking here?
I have always
this interview was so fucking dumb.
Okay, so for the strength, hold up.
You never believed me, but that's the thing. I was so fucking genuine. What is there not to believe? You're a fucking coward. You're a coward.
JP, what do you always tell me?
Like you that have women the way they are. You fuck over women. You fuck with women. You put your dick in their fucking penis, and then you leave that ass. The women are the way they are because of cowards like you, JP. I was all in. That's the fucked up shit. Now that I'm fed up, now you want to see why the fuck I'm fed up? Fuck you. Because you wasn't even trying to get to know me when I was genuine. So don't be trying to get to know me now the fuck that I'm over here doing my own thing now. Fuck you.
Well, granted.
I'll make that very clear.
Well, granted, I didn't really.
Yes, you did. You're fucking lying. You're trying to belittle me. You're trying to play the victim. You're trying to manipulate me. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Okay, JP, this is not productive, y'all. This is not productive. So, Jane, I want to finish up because I don't want to deprive you of not being able to finish up your story because I did bring you on to have the opportunity to share your story, and I want to make sure you're able to give it out. Give it out.
I didn't even know that other people was. I don't mind Daz being in here, but I didn't know he was gonna have. So this is not even an interview. This is more like a show. I didn't sign up for a show. I can do my own shows.
Okay, you're right. You're right, Jane, and you're right. That's what it might feel like. But I did, to be fair to me, come on, because I wouldn't undermine you or do no slick shit. I sent you a text. I said JP and Daz want to be on too. Is that cool? With a question mark.
I didn't see that. I was already on my live, but I personally asked you to interview me.
I know. Like,
what the fuck are we doing?
I got you, but listen,
I'm done with men are not the enemy. I don't want to be interrogated about me trying to save the world and why I switched up and all that bullshit. I just want to tell my story.
Okay, but so, like I said,
it is what it is. I was trying to give you content. But it is what it is. Have a good night, Neil. I'm done.
But wait a second, Jane. You didn't even finish the story though.
I can't finish the story when I have other people up here that's going to be trying to ask me questions. And then I don't want them just sitting there being silent. That's not going to be a show. It needs to be a one-on-one interview.
Well, that's what it has been until I opened up to ask them, JP and Des, what they thought about everything so far. That we were talking, just you and I. But I just want you to, I want to give you that respect to finish your story uninterrupted. I get it, the energy might be off slightly, but I still do think it's fair to allow you to finish up. If you're done with it, then I understand. But I just want to make sure you're able to say everything, and you don't have. This is not you justifying anything. It's just literally you and I. We know each other. We've done content before. I'm being respectful. I want to bring you on, and I think this is very insightful to me. I mean, that's what I get from it. So that's why I brought you on. So I would like for you to finish up your story if you have any more to tell.
I can definitely elaborate. I mean, if I can elaborate on a lot of things. I don't know specifically what you want to know, but
yeah. Well, we were touching on when I said I jumped onto the live. You were talking about a particular topic, and I mentioned the lady that was talking about walking a line alongside, and I said ultimately I had asked you. It seemed to me that there was still sort of this belief that was still there in that, and
right.
you were saying, I think you said somebody had mentioned this, or you were just talking about this earlier or something like that. So that's where we left off.
Right. So it's my belief in God. I really do. I still do believe in what I believe in. I still do believe that men are meant to be more of a leader. I resonate with that order. Even in my personal life, it makes sense to me. My dad raised me. I feel protected when I'm around my dad. When I'm around men, I feel protected. Not necessarily that they will actually protect me, but just that instant energy. I feel feminine. I feel like I'm supposed to be, protected. I just do. So like that's the God in me, because the God in me is very real. And so the way I was brought up with the relationship I have with my dad, and then seeing the beautiful aspect of what a family should look like when a man is actually in his role, that's a beautiful thing that is literally unmatchable. That beautiful bond with the family and how it's supposed to coexist, and that real love being poured out, when you see it and it's real and it's beautiful, there's nothing else that compares to that. And go ahead. Sorry.
So let me ask you this then, and this is not to kind of like, excuse me, rehash what we just went through with the whole chaos that we just went through, but like not JP in particular, but like the archetype of JP, like whatever this perception you have about the archetype of men like JP, what is it about those type of men that kind of gets you going, like gets you a little fired up?
They are users. They're in the position to only win for their own glory, whether that be vagina, whether that be, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of men a lot of women pursue women for weird behind things. So I can't sit here and say all the things, but men know why they pursue women. And I see now, not just now, but in conclusion, of women that have spoke on their testimonies and their stories, not just on my platform, I'm talking about around the world. It never fails that women have the same story of not being appreciated, not being loved, not being, thinking that, falling for the quote unquote cute guy or the fine guy, or the one that was, put together, and he looked good. He looked good on the outside. He looked put together on the outside. But then you check his heart, and you see the way he moves and the way he treats women and the way he talks about women. It doesn't align. So like men like that, those are the ones that have corrupted the system. Those are the ones that they care more about putting their bets and money in sports than they do actually honoring their family. Keeping their families together, actually showing a road of leadership, actually keeping their penis in their pants, honoring their vows, not cheating on your wife. These are men that they were doing everything except what they know they should be doing. That was right.
Can I ask you a question, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
So when you did align with the whole the men are not the enemy campaign, when you were like ardently an advocate of that, which type of women were your opposition? when you were still in that mindset? Like what type of women that really kind of like the JP equivalent? Which type of the women that would just like, damn, why don't they get it?
Oh, okay. You threw a curveball. I thought I understood your question and then you switched it up. So are you saying you're asking me the women that were like in agreement with me or in a disagreement with me?
Disagreement, like to oppose your entire worldview.
Okay, yeah. So number one, obviously it was a feminist. Feminists absolutely hate me. Hate me. And then it was the women that were kind of in the middle because what they still have faith in men or whatever. So if I'm or probably not, or whichever the case may be, they would challenge me in what I was standing for. Like, okay, so you're standing up for men, but you're a single mom, and or you're standing up for men, but you're single, or have you ever got gifts? No, I've never got gifts. Okay, so you never got gifts, but you still like men, you still standing up for this, you still standing up for them doing this thing. So it was a mix between feminism and just women that had already came into the reality of focus on yourself and just level up and be all about you, which I guess that's similar to a feminist. Maybe.
Okay, so to be fair, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm always open to be corrected. So to be fair, you were against, your opposition at that time was essentially what you're advocating for now, like to level up, do your own thing, fuck the whole man shit, right? So you were opposition with yourself at that time. I get that right?
I was in opposition with myself.
Well,
no, not
ideologically, not like your being, like just ideologically, you believed in a set of principles, whereas men should, you're advocating for the man, the family, everything you just described. To now you're saying like essentially, fuck that. Women, you empathize more now with the women that you were in once opposition with.
Yes.
Okay. I got that right. Cool. I am a really good moderator, don't y'all think? Anyways, okay, well,
it's more so because, oh, sorry, go ahead, Des, my bad.
I said, welcome to the team.
I know. And you know what? I hate that it all had to be like this. I really do. That wasn't my plan. And like I said, I was always genuine. I was always genuine about men. And that's where it hurt the most. Recognizing that they weren't in support of me. They were more hiding behind me and and allowing me to be their representative, because I would say things that they were afraid to say or didn't want to say for the sake of them being called a simp or a loser or or like a runover or whatever the case, whatever other nouns and adjectives that people call men. Men were never genuine. They were never genuine. And everything that they say that they wanted, they actually are going out to get the opposite. Men were telling me they want a good, modest, wholesome woman. But you check the good, modest, wholesome women, and you do a survey, and you recognize all those women were being cheated on. And then who was the man cheating on that woman with? The woman with the big ass booty, with the breast sticking out. You know what I'm saying? It never fails. It never fails. And then like, okay, you want a modest woman, or you want a woman that you want a woman that doesn't need you. That was another thing. Men were saying, we want women, we don't want a woman to need us. Then that was a new thing. I'm like, wait a minute, what? You don't want a woman to need you. So I discovered within the past last segments that I've had on my live, I discovered that men actually prefer women that are self-centered and focused on themselves. That's actually when they want to chase a woman, because men always say that they're the prey. I'm sorry, not the prey, the hunters. You can't hunt something that's right in front of you. If a woman is coming up to you and offering her friendship, or actually trying to come up to you to get to know you, to date you, or to try to love you, that man doesn't appreciate that. He takes advantage of that. He walks all over that. But that woman that is in her own zone, that's going after her goals and all that, those are the women that men pursue. And then they turn around and they judge that woman for having that degree that they liked when they were in pursuit of that woman going after the fucking degree. So it's all bullshit. I have to go back and play back all the things that I've ever been told by a man, that I ever sat and had a one-on-one, try to help them restore their marriage, and listening to how they even got there in the first place. I had to, it was like my whole Men Are Not the Enemy life flashed before my eyes. And I had to come to the conclusion of what is real. And what is real is men do not know love.
Well, Neil, since you're the moderator, how do you feel about what she's saying?
Well, while she's talking, what I'm thinking about is, in your travels in this campaign, when you were still doing the Men Are Not the Enemy campaign, did you ever find that the men that you were advocating for were, and I'm just asking you to be fair, like, did you ever find that the men that you were advocating for did experience genuine hurt and did have like legitimate, like a legitimate plight, like they were really experiencing like for real suffering? Did you ever encounter that, run into that, or was it all just made up and disingenuous?
It's a very small number. And when I say very small, I probably mean at least maybe 65 guys tops. That is out of the 20,000 male followers that I have. So roughly 65 guys in which I've actually felt that it was genuine in their expression. They actually came on crying, or they, just crying. I've had guys cry, often, not often, but at least 65 guys come on and cry, and you can really see that he's hurting and blah, blah, blah. But then that's very, 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 very small amount in comparison to the 20,000 men that actually follow me. But I mean, give credit to the 65. It's 65. So yes, I did come across genuine guys.
Do you believe that some men, or a lot of men, can express their their plight in different ways, like maybe not necessarily through crying or being vulnerable, but more so like through like overworking, or staying away from the house, playing in video games, just doing shit to kind of occupy their mind to rid themselves from the whatever the fuck they're going through? Do you think that
my bad, y'all, sorry.
No, you're good. Do you think that a lot of men can share that experience?
Yes, absolutely. It wasn't just all the 65 that was crying, but included in that was a variety of however they express themselves to be hurt. Everything that you said, that is relevant. Men, like you said, the guys that were sitting in the car, the guys that go to the barbershop, or they hang out with their guys a little bit more because they didn't want to be home. A lot was going. Just them being on the live with me, having a discussion with me, that was also a form of them getting out all of their pain and their hurt. So yes, I've definitely, I do recognize that men express pain or dishardships or whatever, however you want to call it, differently. Yes, I'm aware of that.
So with that kind,
and since I was volunteered to be a punching bag, and let's stay here because I'm cool with what you said about me. I'm not arguing about that. I'm fine with how, but what I do want to know is this: the things that you said about me, even with the super chat, when it was like, the player type or whatever generation, what makes you think that that's me, right? You said something about, I know I look good. Like I don't. And what are my actions that I show you that I am full of myself based on my appearance and not my actions?
Before you respond to that, Jane, I just want to read the stupid chat that Craig sent in. Craig said the player mentality of the younger generation. Don't get me wrong, I don't know JP, but I think that's what she's talking about.
Because the younger generation, then what he's talking about, me and Jane and Neil is in the same generation. We in the same
You don't
generation.
act like it. Your spirit doesn't. You don't act like it. But to answer your question, it's your spirit. It has nothing to do with the way you look. It has nothing to do with the way you talk. It's just your spirit.
So okay, but my actions. So you're gonna say that you can say my spirit, right? But just my presence. But through virtual, you can't really say that you felt because you weren't in my presence. So it has to be something that I say, the way my mannerisms, it has to be something. That's all I'm asking. Because you're not intertwined with my spirit
Do you
personally.
understand what a spirit is? The spirit speaks before the human form even shows up. If you don't understand that, then
So I'm saying, what is it that I say based on if it's my opinions or saying rather than my actions? Because first you said I don't speak, it's my spirit, but then you said the spirit speaks before anything. So again, speaking makes sounds. So that's what I'm asking.
wow, that went over your head. That comment went over your head. I'm not saying physically speaking. I'm saying the presence of spirit. If you're not spiritually inclined, if you're not aligned with the divine, if you're not familiar with pure spirits, pure energy, pure aura, then you're not going to understand what I meant by spirit.
Des, you Erica Badu, 2.0. So am I far off on this?
I think
You're seeking validation. You want somebody to feed your ego. And that's why you want dads to come in and amen in your corner. You can't just stand on your own 2 feet and take the shit by yourself. You want to have an amen corner. And that's another reason why. That's another reason why I said your spirit.
Because Des is our panel spiritualist.
I am too. Are you kidding me? I am too.
When I said when you're not around. So what we do is when we are ignorant to something, we don't know, we don't understand, we seek the knowledge. So I am asking that. I'm not seeking validation because if Des tell me I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you have said she just asked for both of us. Des has asked for both of our sides. This is the reason why she's the first one that I asked. Neil is not a spiritual person. She aligns with you. That's why I asked Des. I'm not seeking validation. Can I, Des, please?
Okay, so I'm going to say this. I think that both of you have tension so much that it really doesn't matter what either one of you is going to say. I think you both are going to be bothered. That's one. Two, but again, I think that this is a situation that does need to be talked about because the thing that I see is we as a community, especially a Black community, we lack now more than ever being able to truly understand each other. And so I think that I understand what she's saying now. And I think, Jane, what JP is trying to understand is what is it that he's doing in particular? You said it was his spirit. Now, if he doesn't understand that, then I think maybe trying to define it another way that he can understand. I'm from what I'm taking from it, he's wanting to know, like, what is it that he's doing that kind of got you where you are now? Because we all, and I think I speak for everybody only in this, is that, again, and I'm trying to understand this because, again, like they said, you were going so hard for men are not the enemy. Now you're singing a different tune. And now it's men, how you feel about men isn't exactly how you felt before. Now, I can understand too, there's that middle ground where it's still a wanting or a hope. There was a man that told me the biggest drug next to pharmaceuticals is hope, because you will hold on to it. And even though you don't see the change, the hope that it will happen sits there. So I think, again, I just think what and I could be wrong, but what I think JP is asking is, what is it that you feel he is doing in particular, whether it's body language, whether it's, you know, how he thinks, what he said, his man, anything that got you to compare him pretty much the same way as the other men, and where you are right now. So
well,
like,
no, she hasn't. She's not that's comparing it to other men. No, she has told me who I am. I don't care about
so
other men.
instead of the other guys, what is he doing in particular?
Let her answer, JP.
No, I'm correcting where she
all right, she got it. She got it.
So yeah, well, let's take out all the men, but it's what he's doing in particular that turns you off.
It's not that he turns me off. His spirit, he was problematic when I first was introduced to him on this platform. He was immediately problematic. It's just the energy that you give. It's the energy that you give. I can't explain it other than that, because it's just, you got to look in the mirror and see the energy that you give. I can't define that. I'm just going. Yeah. I don't know you personally, just like you said. I don't know you personally. Never hung out with you before, but I don't want to. It's just your aura. It's your
it's nebulous.
You genuinely don't look interested. You don't look interested in anything that I have to say. So therefore, you don't have, okay, this might be what it is. You don't have a spirit in which it feels like you're trying to learn anything from me. It feels like you are always one-sided. That's more so what it is. You don't have an open type of welcoming type of spirit or aura about you. You don't.
Well, but what you don't understand is I come the same way as Dez, the same way to Dez, the same way to Neil. One thing about it, in which you don't understand, because you're not Dez or Neil. You don't understand is this. This is what you don't understand. You and Neil are the same. Y'all, that's why y'all get along. And what you don't realize is the same hell I give you, I give it to Neil. But Neil is a man, and the issue is you feel like because you're a woman that I come at you wrong, and that's not true.
This don't got shit to do with me being a woman. This don't got nothing to do with me being a woman.
Both in the same hell. I am
this has nothing to do with my gender. This has zero to do with my gender. And that's what I mean by you don't have a student mentality. You don't have a welcoming. You're not trying to learn anything. You think you know everything already. You can't explain something to somebody that is not open. You just can't. So me advocating for men in general, right? Then men like you, spirits like you, however you want to say, this is not a direct attack on you. I'm not trying to attack you, but for the sake of you asking me the question, men like you would come in having really not even really for real trying to learn nothing, but still trying to stand behind me and get the perks of being around me, because you know what I'm saying?
That's not
I'm
true.
not saying you in particular. I just said that, bro.
Well, that's why I said earlier, to take it off of JP, I was talking about a specific archetype. It's not you, JP, particular. Right. It's an archetype, bro. It's an archetype that you represent. Is what she has a disdain for.
But what you don't get, we're not talking about.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
I'm asking about what makes her uncomfortable with me.
I just asked that so many I answered that question so many times.
JP, you're not understanding what's being conveyed to you. It's nebulous. It's nebulous territory. It's two people talking past each other because y'all are not on that same wavelength. She's telling you, and she's telling you in plain English what she's saying. You're telling her, and you're telling her in plain English. Y'all talking past each other. It's nebulous fucking territory. That's where it's at. It's a stalemate. I wanted to get, I think I had like one or two more questions, Jane, and I'll let you go. But I definitely want to just stop and highlight and thank you for coming on. JP can feel how he want to feel, whatever. Anybody can feel how they want to feel, what they think my intentions were, and bring you on. But they are genuinely for my own insight, and because I still consider you as a friend. You know what I'm saying? We done, like I said, we've got history. So I brought you on here off the strength of just being genuine and hear what you have to say. But nonetheless, before I ask my last question, Des, did you have any other questions? Anything you wanted to ask or say?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What else do I have to ask? Oh, so knowing that there's still a plight of men, do you still think that those men still need some representation, or do you think they just need to figure it out on their own?
They need representation, but not from me. It's probably going to be from maybe another man that is able to. I don't even know if it's the man, because if I don't know, I don't know. I can't even answer that question. But it's definitely not going to be me. It's not going to be me. And then the women that men do receive from, they use their beauty to draw the men. So they're even so not even going to really get the whole spill of what that woman is actually teaching, because so many women get on these platforms and they say that they're male advocates, and then you look at the way they're dressed and the way that they the aura about them, and the only reason why men are drawn unto them is because they got their breast all in the camera, or their ass is the size of the daggone eclipse, so I don't know if it's ever gonna fix itself, but
so I remain.
I don't know who.
So
I don't know.
This is my final question. So, as those of you who may know me, I remain a pragmatist, an optimist, and a realist. So I must ask, with where you are currently situated now, and what your philosophy is on, just essentially disassociating yourself from what you previously represented, and you're transitioning to something else, or you're already fully transitioned. My question is to you is, and I've asked Des this, do you think it's going to serve the community for us to continue to fragment and separate and do our own sort of like just separate from each other? Do you think as more and more women fall in line with this, you know what? I see the truth. I've had my epiphany. I understand now. Most women understand. They feel me. Do you think as more and more women fall in line with that philosophy, do you think that's going to better serve us as a community, or further fracture it?
Neil, I don't care about the community. I care about me and
I feel that.
care about the community anymore. I cared about the community when I was men are not the enemy, and it didn't work. The community did not care about the community. So I don't care about the community now. I'm just Jane. I'm literally just a girl. I don't care about the community. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm not trying to save the planet. Everybody is their own man at this point. I'm minding my business. I'm minding my own business.
Just that we're clear. I just want to make sure we're clear on what I'm trying to say. I'm saying, and the community is just the building block of families.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So you're saying
everybody's on their own.
Right. Okay. So Des, you feel the same way, right? Or you shared, is it similar or different?
It's similar.
Okay. What's different between what she's saying and what you advocate for, or what you believe?
I mean, for me personally, like I said, I try to be fair. I understand, and I think somebody in the chat has said, it works both ways. I think at this point, women are going through the same situations with men, and men are going through the same situations with women. And I think we both have our own equal share of why we can't come together. But me as a woman, and being in a position of wanting to invest in a man, wanting to have that family dynamic, having babies, there's certain things that I haven't experienced, like marriage. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't believe in marriage. So I just think it's an idea. It's a concept. It was man-made. It was developed, and it was a system, no different than any other system that we have. It just works different. So I do understand men's position, but I also understand women's. It's just I understand them differently. So again, too, after doing book research, article research, statistic research, I have a better understanding of what's actually going on and what's happening as it pertains to men as well as women.
Mhm.
So, I mean, to answer your question, I do think that, again, I've always just kind of stood firm on my beliefs, but I've always been fair. So I understand Jane. I understand you, believe it or not. And I understand JP. However, like I said, when Jane first came out, I wasn't in the same direction as she was. But when it came to you and JP, I also told y'all how I felt as far as men are concerned. And why I was well, more or less, I don't want to say, Jane, I was completely against you, but I just didn't feel it necessary to go so hard for men.
Mhm.
I didn't feel that way because of what you have changed because of why you're in the position you're in now and how you feel. So what you've experienced, what you've heard other women experience, that's the mindset that I was in when we first met, which is why me and you had our little discrepancies in that way. But again, sometimes it takes certain people a little bit longer than others, sometimes shorter than others, to really understand that we're going through the same thing. You and I are both women. They are men. So we keep trying to compare men and women. We act like we're not doing it, but we are not the same.
Okay, so let me interject real quickly. Jane, I don't want to hold you up. So at any
Yeah.
time at this juncture, you can leave. But I just do want to say I do appreciate you coming on. I can't thank you enough for coming on and sharing this with us. You know, it may just been you sharing your story, but you know what I'm saying. I think this speaks to a greater ethos that's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we're gonna probably stick around a little bit more and talk about, you know, just the everything around this whole topic. So you welcome to stay, or you know, if you feel like you've concluded, say everything you had to say, you know what I'm saying? By all means. I appreciate you though.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not going to say thank you for having me on, because I don't feel like, once again, I feel like I'm leaving a situation in which a man has gained something and I didn't. And but anyway, nevertheless, it is what it is. I guess exposure on your behalf is good. I wish your platform nothing but the best. Continue to grow. On that note, though, I'm going to close in saying, you know, it's very, what is interesting too is, because I already from day one, I already understood Dez's stance. Dez who Dez is, was the women that were coming on my live, calling me pick me's, you know, telling me I'm delusional, laughing at me, you know, telling me, you know, men ain't shit, you know, I'm dumb, like, you know, they're not who you think they are, girl. All they do is leave us with our kids, and they ain't, you know, F them, and girl, get a life. Dez's dynamic of a woman is that. What's very interesting is men, they still give those types of women respect, which I mean, I guess everybody deserves respect, right? Everybody deserves respect, but it's just very interesting of how like, when you take a step back, when I was men are not the enemy, even when women were saying F men, I don't need a man to be happy, or I don't need a man in my life right now, I'm just doing me. You know, ironically, men would actually still want to have them to be a part of their lives. And it's crazy, because then they would come on my live and they would be talking shit about that same woman that he was just now giving face respect to, when he was actually in her face. And then you analyze a little bit more. You continue to dig a little bit more to really see why this man has the issues that he does with a certain type of woman. And then you figure out that he really, on the surface, he says that he doesn't like a feminist. On the surface, that's what men are saying, right? But the more I guess bullet points of what a feminist woman is made of, men actually admit that they actually like those bullet points in which a feminist woman is built on, which is the self-dignity, the pride in themselves, the lack of desire to feel validated or feel like they need somebody to like make them feel happy and all of that stuff. Those are actually bullet points that men actually have admitted that they love. So then why is it that men were so against feminism in the first place? Why do they call those women bitches and gold diggers and this and that? Like, it's just a lot of things that men stood for. When you allow a man to talk long enough, you realize that they end up exploiting that what they say they believe in and what they say they desire is not actually what they believe the more they continue to talk. So, I mean, and I close with that. And you guys can continue to talk about me, whatever y'all want to do.
No, Jane, if you could, I would love for you to. No, we're not going to talk about you. I just told you, this right here is shedding light. Like, you're not like, yeah, granted, you came on and talk about your story, right? That's what I brought you on here for. But again, you yourself admitted, you saying there's a lot of women that resonate with or you said you resonated with a lot of women's story, right?
Yeah, I said that. A lot of us been cheated on. A lot of us been, I'm a single mom.
I would posit the same thing about Des. Des says the same thing. A lot of women are, according to her, coming to her side. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that. But my thing is, and this is my thing, and everybody, I'm giving you guys all the permission to disagree with me. I believe that there's a bunch of stolen valor happening right now. There's a lot of stolen valor. And for those of you who don't know what that means, that's essentially somebody claiming to be something that they're not. That's what's a lot going on, right? And I think that's happening on both sides. Des, you and I had an argument not too long, well, a few weeks ago, probably a month ago. We was talking about just abuse and things like that in a marriage or whatever. And what are some substantial reasoning why women should ever leave a marriage or whatever. And my position was, unless there's no physical abuse, there should be no reason. And just because you managed to stay in a marriage for 6 years, you can't claim you stuck it out. You just can't do that. Because you decided to leave. And that's not even like an insult, because I would say that to any dude that started to work out and he stopped and he's just saying, yeah, I worked out for 6 months. But hold up. I'm almost done. All I'm saying is there's a bunch of stolen valor, and there's a lot of atomization going on. Everyone's separating. And I personally call it nihilism, where everything around you becomes meaningless. Like, there's no purpose in family. There's no purpose in this. There's no purpose in that. There's no meaning behind it. I'm going to do me. And I'm going to find meaning within myself. I think I call that narcissism, not narcissism, but nihilism. And I think that the reason why there's so much nihilism going on is because we don't have an ethical code that we adhere to as strongly as we adhere to our what do you want to call it? Our compatriots, our Democrats, our Republicans, our men, our women. As hard as we go for these particular ideologies, we don't have no ethical code where we all can just, as a consensus and agree with collectively, we all should follow this. And if you don't, you're not what you profess to be. There's nothing like that going on. And the further everyone kind of forms their own I'ma do me atomized world, I promise you, it's like the more distant. And that distance is not healthy, because we become primitive in that distance, because I don't know you, so you're a fucking threat. I'm going to beat your ass. I don't give a shit if you're a woman.
Well, that's what's happening.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more of it. And thankfully, hold up.
That is,
go ahead. I'm just saying it's going to be a dangerous thing the more we become
The
strangers to
thing
each other.
is, no, I think it's first of all, to me, it all stems to a lack of discipline. People are not learning enough. People are not trying to educate themselves enough. Somebody else in the chat says something about
yes, people doing way too much of that. It's too much inundation of education. Spiritualism is what we are. Literally, we have
put a book in
storages.
front of
Listen,
somebody. You can put a book in front of somebody. What the fuck do you expect them to learn if they can't read?
Niggas is picking up books. Okay, they picking up books from this informational technological age that we in. People are listen to me, Des.
Who do you know that reads?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
What's the last book you read?
Okay, listen to me. Just because somebody's not reading a particular set of books that you're reading doesn't mean the books are not less valuable to them. If they believe they're valuable, they believe they're valuable, just like you, right? So my thing is everybody has their truth and there is no truth. You become blinded from the singular truth, which is if we continue to separate, okay, fine, we ain't gotta say shit to each other. That's fine. But I tell you right now, the more and more it heightens the probability of each other being threats to each other. And it ain't gonna be none of this like this tacit understanding that I'm not gonna do X, Y, Z to this person because I have dignity. It's gonna be like I need that shit. Or fuck you.
Right, but see, that's the problem. That's the problem. There's no discipline. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it there.
That's just my point of view. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all have just as much right to say I'm wrong as I have just as much right to say y'all are wrong. It's not a wrong
or right. It's a matter of opinion.
Well, like I said, that's fine. That's fine. That's perfectly fine that we understand that now. But again, the more we become distant and the further we come away from this, we understand each other still somewhat. The more that starts to blur, obscure, it ain't gonna be I understand each other. It's gonna be
listen, we
danger.
Do understand that we have to coexist with each other. Yes, we have to as women and men. You all keep taking this idea of separation to the fucking extreme. We're not saying, oh, men can never deal with women. Women should never deal with men. We're not saying that. We're saying, like JP said earlier, take a step back and have an understanding of what it is that you want before making a decision. That's what we're saying. We're saying if men
dealing with each other versus respecting each other are two different universes.
The thing is, we've been dealing with each other.
No, we're not. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And we're not respecting each other because that's the thing. You're just dealing. Do you know what it means to deal?
That's what you're saying. You're saying we should do more dealing. I'm telling you, no, we need to get back to respecting each other before it gets.
Just like you go to a job and you spend 8 hours at a job doing the job. Spend, if not half that amount of time every single day talking to your fellow man, going to therapy sessions with a group of men, having that understanding with men so that as women and men coexist with each other, we have a better understanding. If we have more men that are not out here lying, that are not out here
cheating, believe it takes a good man to get? Do you believe it takes a good man? Hold up. Answer this question. Answer this one question. Okay, fuck the word good then. Let's toss that word out. Does it take a moral man to stop an immoral man? Yes or no?
Does it take a moral man?
Listen to the question, Des. Does it take a moral man to stop an immoral man? Let's say.
What's the difference?
Well, let's say one man would try to do some wild shit to kids, and the other man would stop him. That's the big difference.
What?
Does it take a moral man to stop an immoral man?
So the way I'm going to answer that is to a degree, yes. Yes. Because he can do one or two things. He can learn from that moral man, or he can not listen to that moral man. Those are the only two options that he has. If he takes heed to what this man is saying, guess what? You have two moral men.
Listen to me, Des. There's not going to be no talking. There's not going to be any talking. This man has to take fucking action and prevent this motherfucking pervert from doing something. So if he got to beat his ass, if he got to shoot him in the leg,
what's wrong with doing that?
I'm saying, does it take a moral man to do that?
Neil, I don't know what kind. Forget it.
Okay, the whole reason why I'm asking that, because the more and more we separate, the less and less they're going to be moral men.
We haven't separated. That's why we're in this.
Okay.
We haven't separated. We keep trying to force each other to stay together. We need to start making more community homes.
That's not what we need to do. You saying the same shit the Black Panther said way back in the 60s. What we need to do.
You all are pushing
no,
for
it's
marriage.
not.
Why are women not staying married?
Des, you straw manning.
Having kids. Why are women not doing this? And why are women not doing that?
Des. Those are all like secondary, tertiary points. No, you want to know what the primary thing is? The primary thing is, as I said to Jane earlier, we lack a moral, ethical foundation. We don't have a code of conduct that we follow, but we all claim that we do.
What about the men that do have one? Why y'all don't follow? Why do the non-men that don't follow them ones?
Because they like JP. He has his own covering. They got their own shit to worry about. Fuck them.
What does that mean? That don't
crash out. He's saying they gotta crash out. He's saying let them crash out.
That has nothing to do with nothing. But again, JP says leave them alone.
Yeah.
Most men are not doing that, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I guarantee you right now, if JP had to intercede and stop a man from doing, stop an immoral man from doing some heinous act, he would.
To a child.
If in certain
would you do it if you saw a woman getting beat up in the alley? Huh? I know, right? Cliche.
Are you saying I don't know them? That may be his girl.
You said let her crash out. See what I mean? Hold up.
You know,
exactly.
But hold up. But hold up. Here's the qualifier though. Here's the qualifier though. Here's the qualifier. We would all agree that a moral man takes care of his family, right? We'll all agree that a moral man is a stand-up father, right? Will we agree with that?
Oh my God.
JP fits that criteria. So by all available metrics, we would say JP is a moral man. But I'm telling you, JP, who is a moral man, you're going to see less and less. You're going to see more and more people who are moral say, fuck them. If I walk past the alley and she getting her ass beat, fuck them. That's what I'm saying is going to happen more and more. Even the moral guy, the immoral men already taking advantage of y'all, right? The immoral dudes. You're going to start finding the moral men, the good men, the ones that's supposed to come in that alley and do something. They're going to say, fuck it. And they're good men. Because
that just means that they weren't moral from the beginning.
So hold up. Okay, but we just agreed that a moral man takes care of his family, right?
Neil, listen, I'm going to say it like this. Let me say it like this so you can understand what I'm saying. When something is in its nature, it does not change. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. And I've said this before. You can put a snake in any environment. The life of that snake, the way the snake maneuvers, it's not going to change. When something is in its nature, fire, it doesn't matter where you put fire, it will never be cold.
Let me clarify this real quick.
Snake is the wrong animal.
So old dog. This is what I'm saying. Hold on, let me speak to old dog's comment real quick. So what I'm saying, old dog, what I'm saying is women, even by their own metrics, like if they were sitting around in the sisterhood topping it up, they would tell you what the criteria is of a moral good man, quote unquote good man. And it would be the same characteristics that I just listed off. So even by their standards, JP is a moral man, is a good man, or quote unquote. But the JPs of the world who fits that criteria are saying, fuck it. Let them crash out.
Let me just say this because I want to respond. No, put that comment that was just up there.
Oh, okay.
If you will. It's not a man's job to protect all women. I said that to y'all. I believe it was the live where DP and OP or whatever them two.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever them other two dudes was.
Oh, dog. Oh, D nice.
Him and then the other one was on there
too.
Oh,
dog. That's
And what I said was,
that's him.
I said men sit here and call themselves protectors, but be honest, men only protect what the fuck they want. And he is literally proving my point as a man. He is literally proving my point. I said, you all come out here and you all overdo words and definitions. Y'all don't have the understanding.
Here's the question. Is that wrong?
Is what wrong?
That they only
just protect the women that's under your covering.
Hold up. Is that wrong that you just protect the women that's under your covering and they are not wrong for that? Is that true?
No, they're not wrong for it. But this is the thing. And this is why you all always talk about making stuff generalized. When we say the majority men are out here acting a certain way, that's because they are. They are. A lot of men are doing what's in their nature. And what women don't seem to understand is that the way men act 9 times out of 10 is because they are doing what's in their nature until they are taught to do something else, or they are taught to act a different type of way. Just like y'all say, men
this where me and you disagree at. This is where we diverge, is because I, unlike you, believe women have free agency over their decision making. Unlike you, stop. Can we, like, for 1 second, like, erase the word men out your vocabulary? We're talking about women right now for like 30 seconds. I know that's hot. Women have free agency. They have free agency. So just like a man is stupid as hell for getting caught up because he didn't know some chick was finessing him, that's him. He got caught up, right? I think we would all say that's his fault. At least you should say that. If you got caught up and you got finessed, that's on you. You didn't see the telltale signs. Why is that same line of thinking? Why is it such an egregious harm to apply that line of thinking to women too?
It's not.
Okay, then men never did shit to you. You chose that, right?
No.
If that's what you're saying.
No. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying at all. And I said it earlier when we started this live. Men go through shit. Women go through shit too. We go through the same shit, just differently. That's it. Y'all don't know how to simplify shit. Life is supposed to be simple. We complicate shit. Men go through the same shit women go through. Women go through some of the same shit. We just do it differently because we are not the fucking same. That's it. Like, that's it. Like, I don't understand. And
all right, so I think it's only fair we give JP his
yeah, because but JP,
girl, you was all tongue tied. You like
I didn't expect it to go like that. I thought she was actually going to at least try to hear him out.
Oh, you know what, Daz? That was kind of like eerily similar to something I've witnessed before.
But you know what? Though, no matter what anybody can say about who I am and my character, man, like, I even allowed you to use me as a punching bag and didn't even get mad about it. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to take it a different approach, but you even continue to. So when I asked, you wanted to say JP's his type, but when I generalize and sit it to just me, here you go, sitting here saying, hey, I'm not listening. No, one thing that you cannot say, Neil, and I will never allow you to ever say about me, is I don't listen. See, what you do is with Dez, you give me hell with Dez, right? But you can go head up with Dez, but Dez is not going to rage quit. Mm-hmm. But every time it comes to Jane, You tell me I handled Dez with kitten gloves, but everybody just watched you.
Yeah, but
okay. Hold on, bro. Because bro, you spent the hour, and I
all right. Go ahead.
I let you do an hour, and I said nothing. I said nothing. I asked you earlier, bro, what this was. I asked you that earlier. Nah, man, it's a panel. We're gonna ask questions, and you knew that, bro. That's fucked up. That's totally messed up. And you know it is, bro. You know that.
Oh, you gotta allow me to speak. I mean, come on now. Now you're just what like mischaracterizing.
You
JP, pounding the table with passion does not mean you're right. Okay.
Me for an hour, Neil, and you're gonna say I even allowed you to use me, and I never defended myself. But yet, as soon as I caught, this is the problem with her, and you're doing the same thing, dog. Every time accountability comes, y'all gotta interrupt. Y'all gotta defend yourself. But once I defend myself, y'all gotta interrupt it. Y'all got to. But yet I took a whole hour of y'all shit, dog. A whole hour of it. And you know it. And I'm not saying that that's cool that you did that. But what I'm saying is, with this being an interview, dog, it was messed up on how it came through. You know that. Man, that was a whole bunch of bullshit that was flying around that month. And I text you and said that. I said you was going to simp out and let a whole bunch of lollygagging, spitting some bullshit you was going to let happen. And then not only that, I allowed you to put me in this shit. But again, like I said, bro, when it comes to me and Dez, you going to hold me accountable with that shit. But yet, you right. This was her interview. But dog, I could have sat in the back chat and listened to that shit. And you know that. You knew from the jump when I came here. You knew that. Because I am the one that's going to hold that motherfucker accountable. You knew that shit. And every time I open my mouth, that motherfucker wanted to scream, dog.
Can I get a chance to defend
myself? Go ahead, man. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead, bro.
I want to briefly just say this because I think you might be slightly mischaracterizing my intentions. And you're right. I did let you know this is going to be a goddamn interview, and I did tell you we're going to be afforded to ask questions. Had I known that was going to even transpire, which I have no psychic ability to see beyond what the fuck is already happening. Had I known that was going to transpire, yeah, JP, I would have taken precautionary steps to let you know, whatever. But the problem is that you did exactly, and I want to be clear about this, you did exactly what you claim that I do with Dez, what you claim that other Negroes have done with Dez and have done, period. Is that you continue and hold up. You continue. Okay, that's fantastic. I understand you. You have the right to position yourself and go at it the way you're going to engage. You're right. I did know. But how you feeling slighted about it, you being slighted and mischaracterizing like this was some sort of setup that I surreptitiously contrived is bullshit. You know damn well. Hold up, let me finish because you just threw a lot at me. Can I just all I'm saying is JP is damn well my intention. Des know my damn intentions when I bring y'all everybody together. It's gonna be fruitful dialogue. It's gonna be probably heated at times, but you know what I'm saying, if it gets to the point where people have to rage quit, they gotta rage quit. That's just what happens, unfortunately. But I didn't give you any sort of preliminary. I didn't give you no sort of outline. Hey, JP, ask her this, ask her that, or don't hold back. I expected you to ask the questions. My thing is, why not employ the same methodology you tell other Negroes to follow when you notice somebody's speaking in such nebulous terminology? Nebulous, meaning gray, obscure. You don't understand what she's talking about. why not disengage from that? Because there's not going to be any sort of traction in that interaction.
So,
and I'm not trying to rap.
If you run it back, I want you to listen to my delivery from the first question.
I never said it. I'm not no goddamn tone police, JP. I don't give a shit how you came at her. She got triggered. All I'm saying is when you recognize that when Dez get triggered and people still continue to engage. Matter of fact, you'll go so far as to say, "Oh, there you go. He done got her started again." You'll say that, pointing it out in other people. You can recognize that trait in other people. That okay.
Because you know why? You see what I did? I shut the fuck up and let her finish talking and let her got all that shit out. That's what you don't do. Because once you let them get all that shit out, it's fucking over with. That's what you fail to do.
But Dez, JP, you slightly in your feelings though, which is what's disturbing to me.
No.
Let me tell you how. Because you bothered by it. That's the fucking problem.
No.
That's your feelings.
This is the thing. This is what I'm bothered. Okay, and that's fine. We can go through that. And you saying that I'm in my feelings, that's not that don't bother me. That's
so
fine.
then you would be the simp.
Okay, cool.
Let's stop with this simp. Let's stop with this simp shit. Let's stop.
He want to put the simp title on me when he don't realize the simp is the one that first want to get in their emotions. I'm not. I didn't get in my feelings.
There's nothing wrong with getting in your emotions. This is what I'm going to say.
Oh my gosh,
no, because let's be fair. I don't believe that there was a full understanding, because for me, and this is me, and if Jane is still watching, she can always come back. Like I said, I'm fair across the board. Most interviews, when you interview somebody, if you're on a panel, I thought that the panel could ask questions. That's what I thought in an interview, wanting to have an understanding. I think she believed that it was just going to be you two, and that I guess she didn't want to be questioned by a panel. If that was understood prior to, I don't think it would have gotten as
I wouldn't
bad.
Do no underhanded shit like that. That's
but
why
it's not underhanded. If she said,
I just don't understand. Like she's been on a panel before with all of us.
But she wasn't never, because she didn't come on here to be interviewed.
You can sit here and say how much I'm in my feelings. It don't matter. But this is the thing, my nigga, you triggered about nobody's saying that you had an underhanded mentality about it, that you just snuck some shit in there. I never said that.
Okay.
What I said.
I apologize.
So this is the thing with both of you. These are the both of y'all. When it comes to me, it's projection, my nigga.
I projected.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say about how I convey myself or what my intentions is. That don't bother me. I will stand 10 toes down. Like I told you, hold on. Like I told you, I leave a motherfucker alone, cuz.
But JP, you not. But I'm saying, I hate to tell you this. I hate to be the bearer. Like I hate to bring this to your attention, but what you're saying is so not original. Like, and I'm not trying to like. This is not even an attack on you. It's not even original what you saying. Like, I promise you can go on Instagram. I stand on I leave a nigga. I cut a nigga. Like, yes, I get it. That's the wave. That is literally the wave right now. I cut a nigga off. I got you. Salute. 100 proof. Got you. I believe you. No lie, no doubt. All I'm simply saying is, if you recognize that this woman is going to go on this tirade because not necessarily you
be on the panel, Neil. If you know who I am, just like what Dez just said, a person who they are, they're going to be.
JP, you're I can't.
If I am that way,
I'm rejecting your entire premise. I'm rejecting your entire premise that I knew that she was gonna flash the fuck out on your ass.
So
how could I have known that? Please give me the proof. Did she shoot me a text saying I'm about to flash out on JP when I see it? Like, give me how are you making this such like you're so convicted in what you're saying? How do you know that I knew this? Please tell me. Otherwise, it's a baseless ass, hoe ass, false accusation. That's what it is. You throwing false, and now you looking like a feminist because you throwing shit at me that you don't even got no substantive proof No, because he on some Me Too shit right now. He on some Me Too.
I'm gonna be
No,
honest,
Me Too. Me Too. Me Too.
What is the issue with JP? I'm just trying to understand, what did JP do? I'm not being funny. I'm trying to understand.
It wasn't JP. It was the archetype. It's what he represents. Didn't you see my man said earlier? She perceives him as the player type.
I think you should have went ahead and played.
He got the muscles out, the tats. She like, oh yeah, I've seen that Negro before.
We always see JP like that. And this is why I said, this is exactly why I said, when something is in its nature, it don't change. So again, and I think I don't know if this is what JP is saying, but again, I think that what he was trying to say was that she wasn't in her nature because she went against what it was.
Oh, look at Daz trying to understand the male perspective.
But this is the thing.
Ain't that so sweet?
You're correct. And you're correct. You are correct. But this is the thing, because this is me and Neil's conversations on the phone. So anybody that see us flashing out on this internet, this is what we would say back and forth to each other.
Real talk.
On the phone. So that's why it's really not to where we can really get pissed off to where it's a rage quit, or I can say, man, fuck you, this, that, and the other. Neil know good and well he's simping like a motherfucker. He know that shit. He knows that.
Hey, there's a means to every method, okay? Leave me alone.
But he knows that. But this is the thing. You are correct, Des. That is all. My line of questioning was just coming from if when she said that when the girl asked her or came at her with a certain dialogue, she was confused about. She was like, "Well, damn, yeah, you're right. And I do feel like my foot is still over here," but no person that is towing the line, that really want to be here, but here, or if you're moving forward and you continuously looking back and want to, you're so focused on what's you like. Damn, it do look straight back there, but you can't have a leader of people. But what she's saying is she's done with it. That's fine, because that's how I feel. I feel the same way.
Yeah, that's how y'all motherfuckers feel.
Did not give her the same flack about wanting to just leave the platform. I guess because he didn't get at her the same way he got at me when I said I wanted to stop mine, is because her actions don't reflect what she's saying, because why? She's still doing her platform. I'm not. So what she's saying does not reflect on her actions. But I allow a lot of people to just get their thoughts off. She was going in. But the one thing that I do have to learn, what I've learned a lot of, which she said too, if you let a man talk long enough, no. You let a woman talk long enough. That's why, again, don't go back and forth with Des. Sometimes you just gotta let them speak, dog. Because, like you said, this.
I tried to, but your ass got in the paint with her.
No. I stopped, bro. After a while,
because you finally start realizing this was a fucking fool's errand. It was fool's gold to even continue that interaction. It was not healthy, productive. It wasn't conducive to anything.
JP does that all the time, is what
he's supposed to. He wouldn't be JP. He would not be JP if he didn't do that. I understand that.
What is the argument?
The argument is somebody's probably going to rage quit in the next 3.5 seconds. And I wonder who it is what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, I rage on majority of the people that come on.
I know you typically do, but I call you back after you relax, jump on.
We talk about it, but that's why I say I think compatibility. And what's crazy? This is sideline. Y'all know I got to throw my zodiac signs in there. Now, I don't know if y'all know that it's this chick on Instagram. Her name is 3D Nati. She's a Sagittarius. Yeah. And what's funny is she literally got a van.
What you mean I'm on some bullshit?
She literally got a van. She redid the whole entire van, and she's doing exactly what Jane is doing.
Oh, she doing the man and not the enemy?
No, the concept of the van, living in her van, the girl.
Oh.
She lives in her van. and she completely the girl.
Okay, but what's the reason? I mean, is there a purpose to this, or is she just doing it just because?
Sagittarius, and this is what I'm saying. Most signs.
I'm a Sagittarius. I ain't living in my goddamn whip.
You're not, but
what?
No, what I'm
y'all
saying
is y'all finesse with words. You want to use dictionary words and throw.
This is y'all problem. Y'all believe in all this goddamn astrology and all this weird stuff. I don't
understand, but it resonates with a lot of people. So if it's
crap,
resonates with a lot of people, then
sure, it can be a reference tool. But the way people adhere to it today, it becomes
to the damn Bible.
Oh, wait a second, because there's a moral, ethical foundation to the Bible.
But zodiac signs are in the Bible.
Yeah, but it definitely says not to make it to the extent you guys have taken it to.
What extent? I got two Sagittariuses.
I mean, anybody who feel the need to reference their damn zodiac sign every 10 minutes.
That's Dez. You know Dez always talk about it.
I'll be like,
and you know what? I told him this before. I have this type of relationship with every Sag that comes into my life. I can be super cool with them. Then I will argue like shit.
And she bring us right back into it.
And then we'll turn around maybe months later, weeks later. We come back like
yes, that's just people. Would you get over it? Good God.
Just people. And even if it is, it's a certain collective of people. Because
okay, that's fine. Believe in you can listen, you can believe in all Des, you can believe in all that witchcraft as much as you want. I have no problem with that. Bro. All I'm simply saying is
it ain't fucking witchcraft. You know what? Why don't you be a little bit more respectful to people's spirituality?
Well, you know what? How about this? How about y'all mofos be a little bit more respectful to Christianity and stop calling yourself Christians when you not, motherfucker?
I don't call my motherfucking self a Christian. And you ain't
this is just this. No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking. This is a PSA to the general public.
Man, we ain't no PSA to the general public.
Yeah. Don't call yourself a Christian. Don't call yourself a man. Don't call yourself a woman if you ain't upholding the principles that come with it.
You know what? I was about to say something.
Real talk.
But you know what? But I gotta give us some credit. I have to give.
Oh shit! Where that cape at?
I gotta give that cape. I gotta give us some credit though. The way there is certain things that she did say that I can see why she see that. I believe it. I mean, I wouldn't say I stand a certain way because I know that I look good or I can womanize people. I feel like just being my actions reflect on anything that I can say to a woman. I anything that I've ever combated with anybody, I always open up the floor to tell me when I was wrong or tell me that I'm a hypocrite for what I said. If you can point out anything that I've held you accountable and you can turn it and flip it back on me and say, hey, well, you did that, then let's talk. But anything that I've ever held anybody accountable with, I walk upright on that. So
I think what Jane was having problems with you was she knows that you prejudged her.
No, I didn't. I paid attention to Jane's actions.
Listen, JP, listen. Let me tell you how. I'm gonna demonstrate it to you. She know that you prejudged her because even the statement you made when she said you weren't feeling me from the gates, like you didn't have, like you had smoke with me from the beginning, and you were like, no, I didn't. I just didn't believe in you.
I didn't believe her, not believe in her.
Okay. Well, that's how they take it. They saying basically you saying she was a fraud from the start.
That's her fault for taking that. That's the lack of comprehension in public schooling system.
Well, that's what she was.
Comprehend.
She feel like she believed that she didn't have a fighting chance with you. That's probably what she was feeling.
You can't rumble. You got, if you want to rumble with the big dog, that's why she was so pressured with those women. She ain't a big dog. Those women talked her off the ledge, dog. If you really, and first and foremost, she can't preach about telling women to believe in men when she don't reflect in a man that she can show these women that she take care of.
Yeah, I agree.
She can't do that. Those women did not believe her because she got no man.
That's why I said
you don't have a man. So when we argue about, at least with Dez, when she speak about, bruh, she stay on that side, my nigga. She can't. Dez chooses.
No, that's cap for Des too. She just ain't get there yet.
That's
Dez
no.
is-
Well, if I
Listen.
ain't got there yet, that means I'm standing on business until otherwise. So
Yeah, you have been. I'm not gonna lie about
bro,
that. You
those
have.
women, when women are held accountable, they
Des
always
just
try to
well
look
versed
at
in her
what's
fucking
good.
radicalism.
They
I'm
try
well versed. What?
They
JP,
tried to
what
tear-
did you say?
I said you're just well versed.
JP, what did
Oh.
you say?
when women are being held accountable, they will tear down with looking at what you're doing, because instead of looking within changing the truth, they will look at you and say, well, you're not doing this. That is what those women did. They looked at her and was like, well, my nigga, what man of a reflection you got? You telling us to believe in all men, men are not. And then you came with some bullshit about daddy's girls. What man wants in that generation of daddy girls you're talking about? Those daddies lied and gave those little girls false perception, dog. Because the father should have been telling those little girls, no man can love you. My love for you and a man out in the streets love is totally different. My love for you as my daughter, I have to do this because you're my creation.
No. It should also he should also tell her, but your husband is willing to die for your love. Well, excuse me, your husband is willing to die for the love that he has
not only that,
bro.
Not only that, you keep looking at how your daddy treat you. None of them daddy girls ever paid attention to how their daddy treated their mama, dog. They never paid attention. They kept paying attention to how their daddy treated them.
Wait. You said how the daddy. No, bro. What are you talking about? I promise you right now.
The best leader of how you find your husband is how he treats your mother, and your father will always come to you and say, if that's going to be, hold on. If that is going to be the alignment, I tell my daughter all the time, find a man, not me. Find a man that is better than me. Pay attention to how I treat your mama and how I treat you.
No. First and foremost, you supposed to teach your children to find a man of character.
But if you told me that I'm a moral man and I have character, nigga, that's me. But I'm asking to find one much better than me still.
No. See, that right there is what you just accused these hurt ass women. Excuse me. This is what you just accused these hurt women's fathers of. You said they supplanted a false notion, like this fanciful idea that a man is supposed to be XYZ. You're doing it right now.
Nigga,
you need to no. If anything, you would tell your
son to be better than me. I always want my
we're not talking about sons.
How the fuck can
Hold
I
up.
tell my son?
Do you believe that you should raise your son the way you raise your daughter? Yes or no?
No, but if
it's different.
Bruh, if I'm giving my son a reflection of a man, and
I'm talking about your son. I love how you just keep going back to your son. We're talking about what you want to. No, we're not. No, Des. No, we're talking about what he would say to his daughter. He said he would tell his daughter to find a man better than me.
You said would he treat his son the same way he treated his daughter?
He said no. I asked that to test his logic, because you raise your daughter different than you would raise your son.
Exactly.
Well, that's what he just said.
So if you would raise your daughter different than what you would raise your son, and you telling your daughter to find a man better than me, you're basically saying do not find your number one thing that you should look for in a man is character, which I have. Well, how could you find anything better than a man with character? He's going to encompass everything else. A man with character is going to encompass everything.
You can have 5
virtue, ethics, code of honor, all that.
Hold on. You can have 5
and it ain't going to be all roses and cakes, because I tell you right now, the man that she looks for, 5 men
that are moral, all of them are going to be different. Even morally
Can you let the men talk? I'm trying to help you out because you ain't listening.
No, because I'm a part of this shit too. No, again, if you have 5 moral men, all of them are going to be different morally. They might all be
no such thing. There you go again with that weird ass subjective truth shit. There's only one code of ethics
for a fucking reason. Okay. Why are you see, that's the problem. You keep trying to compartmentalize everybody in one category.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you that there's one standard. There's one standard in the military, one standard in the fucking. If that's the case, all men ain't shit. If that's what the logic we're using, then you're saying all men ain't shit. I'm not saying that. That you're taking I'm not. Yes, I'm not saying that. What you're doing is you're engaging in the nadir fallacy, where you're taking the worst. I don't know what the fucking nadir fallacy. Let me explain, please. Sit back and let me explain. So the nadir fallacy is where you take the worst members of the group and you extrapolate it upon the majority. So you take the smallest group and the worst members of the group, and you attribute all men to having those characteristics.
Men are not good. Majority of men are not moral. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, if majority of men are not good and the majority of men are not moral, then these moral men are slim, far, few, right?
We've been saying that.
Okay, then if that's the case, then these men need to avoid feminists like the plague.
Who needs to avoid feminists?
I mean, these modern women like the plague.
No. Which man are you saying needs to avoid feminists? The moral ones or the immoral ones?
The moral ones, of course.
So let's even expound on that.
And these women will never ever experience a man of moral character. They're going to be left to fuck with these like these guys walking around in male suits, calling themselves men, and they're gonna get.
So this is what. So let's go back to what you were saying about my daughter, right? Craig said about the arranged marriages. All right. You when you say that won't work, I don't believe that, right? So this is the thing. As my daughter gets older, my conversation with my daughter is, I don't care if it's puppy love. I don't care is whenever you decide, when you start dating, you make sure I vet and meet whoever it is. I don't care if it's serious. I don't care if it's not. But when you decide to start dating, get in the habit of letting your daddy vet, because this is the thing. You are correct, Neil. That no man.
As always.
Whatever, man. That's not. I'm not saying. Let me go where it's going.
I'll let you cook.
So you're correct. That the standard, the standard part of the moral part, you're correct, right? But this is the thing. You pay attention to who is raising that young boy. Now, as women in their dating, as a man, you should know what is potential. When they are aligned where you are at a certain age, you know where the elevation is as age go on. But when they are
word salad, man, it's fucking word salad. You just not making it so like you have to deal with people on like a third grade fucking level. You don't got to make it this word salad. That's what women have done. They have literally infiltrated this whole goddamn arena and they made it a word salad. How about this? Find a man of moral character. And I can tell you right now, you're not going to like that man all the time. He's going to be a fucking dick, but he's going to provide structure. He's going to provide guidance, and he's going to provide security.
So why the fuck do he need to be a dick?
Because he got to deal with your ass.
He's so fucking moral.
Because he has to deal with an emotional woman. That's why.
He don't.
And he has to deal with children. So he has to be. So he has to maintain.
That's the problem. Stop trying to force people to do shit.
I'm sorry, Daz. I thought it was optimal for both parents to raise a child.
Listen, raise your child. What do that got to do with the other parent?
I thought it was optimal that both a mother and a father participate in raising a child. I thought that was the most optimal advantage you can give a child, right? You don't want your child in second grade saying it's daddy-daughter night. Where's my daddy? I'm hurt. And grandpa got to go.
Neil, who hurt you?
Oh, here we go.
Who
We was
hurt
doing so good until she went.
who hurt you, Neil? Because you sound like a hurt man to me.
No, it's not hurt.
You sound like a morally hurt man to me.
Oh,
Like who hurt you, Neil?
And that
That's
nigga
right.
pick and choose, man. That nigga there.
I just JP, nah. I need to know, Neil. Who hurt you?
Tap dancer, man.
What,
you
JP,
get
bro, because this ain't even your fight, bro. It ain't. JP, stand down. Neil,
she throwing up the set.
Who hurt you, Neil?
Okay, can you put this, like, why you gotta throw the set up on me? Can you just let me talk?
It wasn't a set, it was a nail.
You throwing the set up like your whole
Neil, who hurt you? Stop trying.
All right, I'm about to answer the question. I'm about to answer the question. God damn it.
Answer the question then.
So to answer the question of who hurt me, I hurt myself. Right? Like we all do. I had to learn. No, because I hurt myself, because I am in charge of my own decisions. That's who hurt me.
So what the fuck that got to do with us? Then deal with your shit.
No, I'm not currently hurt. That's why I can talk about it.
Currently hurt, but for you and any man that can honestly agree with what you just said, that I hurt myself, because I don't hear no man saying that. I hurt myself. I don't hear no man saying that.
Okay, so what does that indicate to you?
So again, if majority of men are not walking around taking accountability, what the fuck do you think women are supposed to do?
Well, as I told Jane,
I wouldn't necessarily say that I hurt myself. I would say that I put myself in a situation.
Yeah, I mean, hurt is.
I took a loss. Yeah, I took a loss.
So but again, understand that. Take a step back and figure out. Or again, when you understand what it is you did wrong, you're less likely to do it because you've learned the lesson from it. So at the end,
wouldn't you agree that most people who's hurt typically suppress it and don't want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I am open. I am transparent. I'm talking about it. I want to talk about it because I want to.
Yeah, you still ain't told me who hurt you.
I just told you.
I think you lying.
Lying about what?
Actions, what you're saying, and your actions are very different.
Let's get out of here with that
shit.
Passivity level. That voodoo shit ain't gonna work on me.
It's not voodoo because you out here so hurt by the shit that women do, but you're not talking about.
I'm not. I listen. I disagree with you, and I disagree with JP. I disagree with Jane because y'all know where I stand. Y'all know where I stand.
You hurt yourself. I ain't never heard you say that.
Huh?
I ain't never heard you say, I hurt myself.
You never had to revert to the goddamn like low tier ass feminist basket bullshit insults and ask me that psychoanalytic question. You never did that before. So what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Anytime a woman have to ask that question, who hurt you? They're trying to psycho. But listen, anytime a woman have to ask that question, and it's never genuine, neither. But anytime they do ask that question, it's to psychoanalyze you and basically psychologically profile you, because apparently something happened where you experienced some trauma. So maybe that'll explain why you feel the way you feel right now. It is like the most low tier psychoanalyzing.
Men ask women all the fucking time. They ask, so is it low tier when they do it?
No, I think women are emotional, so they're really fucking hurt. Think about it. You don't think this transition that Jane went through, that she had to experience some form of hurt?
Well, and the crazy thing about
Come on, Des, you know it.
The reason why Des at the beginning paused so much.
Thank you. I'm glad you saw that.
Because of this. When she ran it and went off on me, Des wanted to. She
saw that shit.
How to ask that without it triggering her.
Yep.
I mean, I've never. Des was
motherfucking beatboxing.
She knew.
I'm like, wait a second. I ain't never seen Des this speechless before.
Because she wanted to toe the line. Because she did not want
it was she had cognitive dissonance. She had cognitive dissonance because it was total line or try to provide some clarity and understand both perspectives. And she took the latter, but she still had to like sort of mollycoddle a little bit.
But she also understands.
You did, Des. Come on now.
I'm a woman and she is a woman. And again, you have a lot of women.
We have vaginas in common.
And it's easy for you to ask Neil who hurt him, so he won't go off, rather than asking her who hurt her without her taking it.
Neil, you know what? I'm starting to think Neil get on this damn live with a set of panties, because at the end of the day, I'm not listening to nothing Neil was over.
JP, come on, you gotta have my back.
Something else, Neil, with your old ass. Take your old ass and stop acting like because
JP.
you older than a motherfucker that you got more wisdom.
Hey, oh yeah, I'm pulling rank. I'm pulling rank all the time. I pull rank all the time. Y'all know that.
I'm not gonna lie.
You can learn from any fucking body.
You did tuck your penis in this.
All right, first and foremost, let me try to explain this to y'all, because I would think that y'all I would think that, you know,
was telling me chill when I was not the calmest, dog.
Listen, I thought, and forgive me, because I was absolutely wrong. I actually thought I was dealing with some highbrow, intellectual, very intuitive, level-minded, well-composed individuals on the panel. So I would have assumed that my line of questioning, my sort of what do you want to call it?
When has she ever gave you that notion?
Hold up.
Tell me that I give you word salad. That woman gave you the most healthiest salad
JP,
you could ever eat. When I'm talking about, she had grilled chicken mixed with the fried chicken.
My purpose was to have Jane on this show for her to do her interview.
And ranch on
JP,
top of it.
no, okay, JP, listen, that comes with the fucking territory. She was expressing to you, me, Des, an audience, her transition. And I brought her on to do that very thing, right? And I brought y'all on because we have all done content together. I had zero clue there was any sort of contentious underlying issue between you and Jane.
So let me ask this.
But that goes back. Hold on, Dan. And let me say something real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. That goes back to what Des and Jane said. You proved their point, because men are only going to sustain stupid shit like that for ones that they want. They're going to take a knee because beneficial. She kept calling me out. But really, in all actuality, it was you, because you only took the knee because you were going to absorb all of that because of benefit.
No, there you go again. See, you all good until your ass evade accountability. Everything you sound was right until you start shifting it onto me. Again, I'm gonna reiterate it to you and the audience. I'm about to reiterate it one more time because I don't think you caught me the first time. But you have free agency to disengage. You really do.
To hang up?
No, you could have disengaged and, I don't know, fucking sat back or hang up. But I know you weren't going to hang up because... Hold up. Okay, nigga, do you want a cookie for it? You were trying to ask. Hold up. You were listen. I am not trying to paint what you were trying to do in a bad light. I'm just simply saying it is not even fucking intelligent to pursue a conversation with someone who is not trying to talk to you. Huh?
You're evading accountability. Everything that you just saying about me, that is what you. I had free agency to disengage. I did. I am telling you, okay, you're correct because I did that, but you're still not hitting the point of accountability of what you did. You absorbed all of that word salad, like she said. With men will sit for beneficial. They will use women for the beneficial. And what did you do? You wanted this interview, so you sat and listened to all of that bullshit.
JP,
you wanted this interview.
JP, there is a such thing called. See, I don't know if you maybe lack this ability, but there's this idea where you can actually read people. Jane was here to do an interview. She was not here to be interrogated. And I got that sense from her on the phone, not only just on the phone, but through the course of this interview. She was not, even from me, I could have been in the line of fire if I would have came at her the way I typically come. But I wanted to gain a lot of insight from this conversation before that went to that direction. It was going to go because I had a line of inquiry. I wanted her to be on longer, but she had to go. So I asked a few questions I did in the manner that I did. And guess what, JP? It was fucking conducive. It wasn't shouting. It wasn't all this extra shit.
Hold on. So this is what I was going to say because
I know how to communicate, unfortunately.
I genuinely want, and this is, and again, this is just me. This has nothing to do with Jane. But I want to see the video that you had, and I really want to, again, minus Jane on this. We do it like we would any other topic. We find a video and we discuss it. I would like, because unfortunately I haven't really been, I just kind of got back getting on social media. So a lot of people that are on social media, I haven't really been keeping up with as I would. So I haven't been seeing a lot of her posts. So I really don't know. I really don't know what it is that she said. And I wanted to see the videos that you.
Let's just say it was stark contrast to what she previously represented.
So can you play it and we talk about it?
Y'all want me to play it now?
Look at you, man. You will go.
Oh, no, Negroes. Hold on. Y'all slow. Y'all both slow. Y'all both slow. Because I originally told y'all it was TikTok live. It was a TikTok live.
You said you had a video that you wanted to listen to.
It's just it was just videos of her still representing the Men Are Not the Enemy campaign. Her being on the street.
Okay, so then I want to know
how
you both feel. I want to know how you both feel about that because I don't think we even.
I didn't see it.
JP, you never seen her like doing street interviews?
No, nigga, I don't follow Jane.
All right, cool. All right, then I'll play it. My bad. I thought you might have followed her. Or something.
Hell no.
All right, my bad. Give me a second. I'll play it. But damn, don't say it like that.
I'm following Jane. Why are you fucking insane?
I thought y'all was homies.
See, there you go. See?
All right, here we go.
A crease in somebody's ass. Like
y'all got some damn emotional problems. Y'all better go see a goddamn therapist.
I got emotional problems.
For all these quirks, y'all for all these quirks and little idiosyncrasies that y'all have, y'all better go get some damn help.
We've been so subjected to our Heavenly Father unwoke. Okay.
All right, look.
Been raised by the unwoke, so we just defiant.
Right, you loud.
No, I can't. What is it?
See her?
Bro, are you serious?
Are you serious? 925 street work. Jay McMillan, enemy.
My left stroke just went viral.
Can y'all hear that? Oh, let me flag it. Pull it down. All right. So she's got various other videos like that.
Are you fucking kidding me, Neil?
Huh?
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Are you serious?
Okay, JP, get to the point. Shit.
What? No man asks a woman to go shout in the street for her to convince. Nigga, men have women that they walk in their image. Bro, we don't ask no woman. That is no man.
I know, but you're preaching to the choir. What up, Leatherface? You preaching to the choir, JP. I understand, but you have to understand something, that there's a difference between what you are and what you profess to be. There's a clear distinction between that.
To kick her off the island.
Huh?
Them women had every right to kick that bitch off the island, cuz. That is ridiculous. Bro.
Hey, Daz, you gonna let him talk about your sister Cole like that?
That's ridiculous.
Look at Daz. Daz, don't let him talk about the sister Cole.
No. This is what I'm gonna say.
She perceives men to be weak.
That is what I was opposed to. This is why, and I said it in a live. When I heard Jane, I was listening to her and I was trying to understand why she was going so
but not
hard.
For the same context, Des, because that's ridiculous. Even I agree with you.
Okay,
That
so
is
now you
not the context
this
you disagree that you
what?
disagree with.
Hold on, let me real quick. Shout out, Mr. So and So. What's up, man? Leatherface, appreciate you being here, man. You missed a whole lot, man. We just, I don't know if you want to go back and did a whole interview. It kind of went left. You know, we went on to other stuff, but anyways, here we are. So, what up to you? So listen, this is what I wanted to highlight. I had no ill intent in bringing Jane on to talk about what what might have transpired from one point she's advocating for men to now she's I don't even know what to call it. What would you call it, Des? Is she more radical than you now, or do you think that y'all
Stop using a little. I just think that she had a thought process and a system and a way of thinking. And you know what? I think again, so I think she thinks like when she was thinking that men are not the enemy. This is one of the things that women, I think, scream to men that I don't think men understand. Women are really going that hard for men. They are. Hold on. Wait. Women are really going that hard for men.
Ain't nobody telling you to go out there with no goddamn sign.
I didn't.
Would you shut up?
I know, because this is the thing. When women sit here, listen. When women sit here,
call the wrong women pick-me's. That is pick-me.
I told her that.
Listen, no. This don't have nothing to do with a pick-me. This don't have no. This is. I'm talking about all women in general. Okay, let me not say all women. Let me not say all. You know how y'all say, you know how men often will say, oh, it's the woman that wants the marriage. It's the woman that wants the big wedding. It's the woman that wants the dress. It's the woman that wants all of that fancy shit.
It's the woman that wants the fairy tale.
It's the woman that wants that. Again, women have a lot of wants and needs. Women want men to love them.
Or unrealistic expectations, perhaps.
Listen, the idea is that women really want to go this hard for men. They want to.
I'm telling you right now, they are not being directed or guided by a man doing some silly shit like that.
So are y'all not lit? So listen, I have never in my life heard a man tell women that's what we want. Any man that sees a woman, that is equivalent as a woman, because all she's doing, she's holding a sign. Men are not the enemy, and she's twerking, cuz.
That's like a simp. That's like a simp, like
what?
Paying some strippers rent, some shit.
She's sitting there, all she's doing, everything she said, she was doing that for benefit of her. It had nothing to do with gravitating women to men. It is for her inbox to blow up.
Yo, but hold up, JP. I need to know, because I can't get past this. I need to understand Dez's cognitive dissonance, because she clearly had an internal conflict when she watched all of that ensue between Jane and JP. You, for one split second, I saw it in your eyes. You're like, okay, she's slightly unhinged. And this is not... I know she did. She ain't gonna admit it. We already know that.
I didn't think that he was slightly unhinged.
She ain't gonna admit it. I get it. But you saw that shit.
Pick me. Okay. This is the thing. I said it. And again, y'all like to perceive y'all don't know how to simplify. I said I understand her now, because what she's saying now is how I felt.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about at one point you understood that a man was trying to have a conversation with a woman who absolutely judged him without him even saying a goddamn word.
So yes,
you saw that. No, you saw that occurring and had cognitive dissonance, because you like, wait a second, he didn't even say anything. Matter of fact, you even asked her. You said, "What did he do?"
So this is I understand what's going on, but
you're not understanding. You're understanding. Y'all on two opposite sides, though. You always stood there, but you will not sit here and still separate her of saying you want to still welcome her into the he, woman, man haters, you know what I'm saying, group.
No,
but you don't want to say, listen, Jane, you don't want to sit her down. You don't want to come and hold her accountable and say, well, look, now, no reasoning of coming over here. Even her reasoning with coming back with y'all is ungenuine. She needs to be on the island by herself. She does not need to be welcomed with any side. She's not trustworthy.
Hold on.
Real talk.
She's not trustworthy.
What I said was, again, if you all stop complicating things, I made this very simple. When she was pro, all men are not the enemy, I had my disagreement with her. I don't have a disagreement with her right now because what she's saying is what I was trying to get her on board with. Now, when it came to the situation with you and Jane, Jane did not want to hear it from jump. That's my take. She didn't want to hear JP from jump because there's too much tension.
Because you know why? Because you know why. You keep asking.
She explained why.
Saying we don't want to simplify. But Des, I am the most simplest person. I am the reason because she does not want to hear it.
It's not a compliment.
It's the reason why. Because again, I simply told her, bruh, you are untrustworthy because again, you see why she wants to be on this side of fuck men, but you won't directly tell her.
They're not allowed to do that. You understand that's heresy? To hold a woman accountable is heresy.
This girl code is ridiculous because simply, Des, how you could have simply said it was, bruh, how you went about it is ridiculous.
Listen, I already said that to her.
No,
you didn't, Des. Stop it. We know you didn't. Like, come on, Des.
No. Listen.
It's the action that she was how she was caping for me. It's not that she was caping for me. That is lunacy. You don't want girl code is stopping.
Why are you smiling, Des? Like what are you smiling for? Like, do you understand what he's saying?
I understand.
Of course you understand.
Listen.
Cognitive dissonance.
It's not cognitive dissonance. This is the thing. I understand the problem between you and Jane. Hold on. I understand the problem between you and her. I said a little bit earlier that JP did not get out what he was trying to get out because she was so adamant about not letting him speak. She was not fair to him.
Why though? Why?
She wasn't fair. One, she did not let you speak.
You heard why? She know why, JP. Jane.
No, but I want to hear her. I want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why?
What is it that you want to hear me say specifically?
Why did she not want me to say anything?
And she answered why too, Des.
But no. What did she? I'm not trying to be. What did she say?
What?
Why did she not want to hear?
You heard what she said.
What was her response? Because there was a lot of dialogue.
She reverted to some fucking spiritual shit.
Oh, because she said that it was his. She said it was his.
His energy.
And you know what? Des?
His energy.
And Des, you are dirty. When I say dirty,
why?
Bro, you know good and well, Des.
Yeah, I know, right?
No way. There is no
a bad ghost.
through virtual.
He said said you had a bad ghost, JP.
Someone had from the jump bad spirit. She knows from.
And you heard that, Des.
It didn't come from Jump Street. It came from me always holding her accountable, and I kept asking, is it what I am saying to you?
Yo, JP, you were doing.
Why do you all seem to think I disagree with what you're saying? I completely
because when
agree.
I asked you, you had the chance. I asked you the correspondent of spirituality 2.0 on this panel.
Yeah, he asked you, what is she talking about?
I asked you.
I didn't even get to goddamn answer.
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
You represented girl code and stated
Real talk, like 10 toes down. She said, fuck all that logic shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know
hold
you was
on.
like, no, Des, you said fuck all that logic shit. I understand what she's saying spiritually.
See, so no, because this is what we're not gonna do. This is what we're not gonna do. Stop sitting here acting like I said I was fair. And I also said I understood both of you. I understood her point of view, and JP, I said I understood yours. I also said when she was on that pro men are not the enemy, me and her disagreed heavily. I was not on her side. As a matter of fact, we had comfort, we had words, not bad, but we went back and forth.
No, but Des, you missing.
Nobody said that you was on her side.
I know. Hold on. She keeps straw manning. You're straw manning what we're saying. You're straw manning what we're saying.
What I said. I said what I said, and I was fair both ways because I said I understood.
Okay, but I want to make this clear to you, Des. You are mischaracterizing what me and JP trying to say. What we're trying to say is when it came to the point in the opportune time to hold her accountable for switching the fuck up, you didn't.
Yeah. You straight away.
That's what we're saying.
Straight away. Directly, I asked you, Des, is there a way?
Uh-oh, she's smiling.
Direct from Jump Street. Is there a way?
That little sneaky little smile.
Hold on. Is there a way that what?
I asked you, is there a way spiritually, virtually from Jump Street? Because it's not, she didn't say that it was a facial expression or anything from the time that she first came on the live with us. She said, my spirit was off from Jump Street. In all actuality, you knew that it had nothing to do from Jump Street. It was no spirit. My spirit was off when I first met her. She had all that. She was talking about everything that I held her accountable. And that is when she started. That is when she is saying my spirit was off. But she kept saying, no, it was from Jump Street. Your spirit was off when we got on the live. And I said, well, Des, is there a way that when you first virtually,
listen, you say, accountability is kryptonite, all right? Can we just say what it is?
Spirit is off without me looking at you wrong.
Okay, you know what?
Hold on. So after
it's
that,
official. Men are delusional. Men are delusional. We're delusional, JP. We are delusional.
No. Don't do that because after she said that, I said what I think JP is trying to say is what I specifically said. And I also said, again, I did not agree with what she aligned with, which is why there was an issue between me and her, which is why
you keep saying this in like 7 you keep saying this in 7 different ways, man.
Listen,
we're not denying that, Dad.
She keep on saying it in like 7, 8, 9, 50, 11 different ways. We heard you.
Y'all saying the exact same shit too.
No,
our argument is this. You gave context without directly yes or no. You never said yes or no. You went straight into context.
Real talk.
What I think JP is saying.
So listen, cause y'all just, I think y'all. Okay, I'm not.
Accountability creeping up on her.
What I'm saying
I have never seen you like this before.
I don't understand.
It's the fucking sister code, man. They ride and die for that shit.
Before we even got on the motherfucking live, bro. Before we got on the goddamn live, I told you all that I was fair. I told you all that I understood both sides. All I agreed with her was with her thought process now. When it comes to energy, spiritual, she had her own reasonings, which in my opinion, I would have wanted her to elaborate more because I'm still trying to understand what happened that caused her to switch the fuck over. But because I didn't verbatimly use those words, doesn't mean I'm not holding her accountable. She was held accountable by me.
Well, that's fair. Maybe what Des is saying is
held accountable.
Okay, so that's fair. Okay, that's a slight different take. So basically, JP, what if she was holding her accountable on her form, just not the way we perceive it?
That's because I didn't specifically
I ain't even about to let you let her off on that.
It's not nothing to let me off.
Hey, it's hard. It's because
I was trying to be charitable.
Because listen, if Jane want to call me a finesser, right, that's fine. But what I do for someone who is a finesser, one thing I do know is there's a difference and there's a line between what you can use, I am fair, and what's fucking right and wrong. You want to say I am fair, but what you did not do is you did not answer the right or wrong, the yes or no. You stayed fair because you wanted to just not say the wrong thing.
No. Again,
they don't look at it in higher, but they don't look at it in that way, bro. Like they're not going to see it as right and wrong.
If that was the
Women
case,
are fluid as
if that
fuck.
was the case, then I would have never
And moral
asked her
relativists.
to allow you to elaborate, and I would have never said what I thought you were trying to say. Clearly, she wasn't even trying to let you get out what you were trying to say. But listening to what you were saying, I was trying to say it in a way where she would go ahead, yes, like let him get out what he's trying to say. But because she wasn't doing that, I diverted to saying, I think what he's trying to say is this or this. So I'm trying to understand what exactly are you saying?
So she's basically saying that she was
doing.
So she was acting as
I said, what is it
so she was acting
doing in particular
so hold up.
made you feel that way?
So hold up, Des, is this fair? Is this fair, Des? Would you say, is it fair to say that you were kind of acting as a sort of mediator in that little
That's
at that
all
juncture?
I was trying to do.
Okay. All right. Well, then maybe perhaps JP, she might have held her accountable after she finished up saying what she was saying. But
you know when somebody say, you know when she kept saying, I'm gonna be fair, instead of being a mediator, you know what she came off as a public defender. She was gonna cop a plea.
JP, see
you know what? I can't.
JP, you about to have Daz flash out on your ass.
I can't y'all don't be happy with shit. Y'all don't be happy with shit because, to be honest, I've been.
No, we just don't get. We ain't happy with half done ass.
No, it ain't no half done ass shit. We all speak our mind and we all say what we say. I am not against JP. I'm still stuck trying to understand how she even what happened with her. I still don't even know what the fuck happened with her, let alone
but
you
also but I've never seen you not know how to just take a different approach.
Well, you learned something new about Des tonight.
I've
never seen you not have.
Some of the strongest people can be fatigued at times.
But it's taking your side, Des. It's a cold day in hell because I'm taking Dez's side. Oh, got your back. What? You stepping over to the dark side, man. Come on, man.
I'm very speechless tonight. You know, I appreciate you.
Des getting love from the ops.
Because at the end of the day, people have this idea that and I said this too, that you gotta pick a side. Like JP, and I don't know if you, Neil, say it all the time.
Oh, I got a side. You already know that.
But two things can be right at one time. I'm holding her accountable in a way where, like I said, I understand you.
Be true.
Listen, I got to be honest. I got to tell you what's going on right now. What's going on right now is pure projection on JP's part.
I don't think it
JP is projecting because Jane got under his skin. She done called him out. She done ripped this nigga a new one.
And Jane and JP they have had issues from the beginning. And we all know that. We all know that. So again, understanding that, I said it earlier, I knew that there was too much tension between them to even hear what the other had to say. I said that earlier, and I tried to ask her, what exactly is JP
Thank
doing?
you, O. See, hold up. Oh my gosh. This is why I say, JP, you were misinformed and you acted erroneously because you didn't peep. Let me know when this nigga done.
Bro, Oh,
Hold
it's
up.
not lying.
Hold up, Negro.
About this. He's right.
You didn't peep that you cannot engage with an emotionally erratic, and I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to disparage her in any way, but at that time she saw you as a particular archetype and she reacted accordingly. And my thing is, when you didn't peep that from the jump, you stepped into that lion's den willfully.
I don't even agree. I don't agree with that. I think that he was really trying to understand. I believe he was really trying to understand where she come from. But she was not trying to hear that from the beginning. So it wasn't never going to be an understanding from the both of them.
Yeah.
But you're correct, right? And that's why if you look at the first time she got a chance, Des spent a whole 45 seconds. She would start 3 seconds and she would stop. And then her mind would just start thinking of softer ways to ask.
I saw that.
What happened? You're correct. She did not want, but what it is she would have seen and been a lot softer to answer Dez's questions, because Neil and Dez is different from me. She sees me in a different light, but she, in her mind, she's going to comprehend and internalize their question. The same question that I asked, she would still feel like the questions coming from those two is genuine. If Neil would have asked, who hurt you? As an interviewer, she would not have taken that as hard because you asked her to come. Jane is not smart enough to think, oh, JP put him up to that. She's going to still ride with it. But both of them did not even attempt. So that's why I stayed quiet to see if they would take my approach.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. It was incumbent upon JP to identify that he is officially engaging with an irrational individual.
He nailed me to the cross.
Hold up. See? Put it on me. Put it on me. Yeah. I had the belt tonight and I was whooping ass. Sure, fine. I'll take it.
I knew if I let her go,
okay.
I had confidence.
You don't think you have, it is not incumbent upon you to know when you are engaging with someone who does not want to engage. No. Pause. No, we did not. We went a full, hold up. No, stop, Dez. I'm not gonna let you do that. We went a full 35x plus minutes having this interview, talking about her entire story before I enlisted y'all into the conversation. And y'all don't act like y'all can't track that entire discussion. I said, hey, Jane, I didn't even say, hey, Jane. I said, Des, JP, what y'all have to say? Matter of fact, JP, you interjected.
I interjected, yes.
Right.
You never
so
asked.
Stop laying this at the foot of me. Stop.
No.
It doesn't make sense logically.
What O is saying is to get, so when you said I'm gonna take a different approach, how you wanted to try to interject me without me talking, you started shielding.
Oh no, you was too far deep in the woods. You were too far deep in the woods and you didn't know where you were going. You were in the fucking wilderness at that point, and I was trying to guide your black ass back.
Hold on, let me tell you, and let me tell you this. I knew if I sat back and let you do it as my dog, I had more confidence that at some point you were going to tell her thank you, and if you want to stay longer, you can. If not, and she was going to take the chance to leave. But Dez, when you started going with Dez, I asked Dez, shut up, let him finish, and she will leave. But you hit Dez with something that when she said, I'm going to stop. But here, like you said, Neil, here you go. You got to shoot at her to bring her ass back in it to keep her riled up. She had already.
Wait, I shot at Jane?
No. Dez.
I shot at Dez how?
Assignment. Dez had something else to say, and she ate it. And
she said, how did I shoot at Dez? Dez, how did I shoot at you?
Dez said.
Hold up, JP. She may not even agree with what the hell you.
He's telling you what happened.
Dez said, you know what? I'm going to let that go. I don't have nothing else to say. And what did you do? You like to stick the fucking knife into.
Tell me what I said.
And keep turning.
What did I say? Stop with the analogies.
I don't know what you.
Oh, so you just making some shit up. I got you. So you just accused me of something, but yeah, you can't tell me what I said. Fantastic. I just said some shit, right? According to you?
Neil.
Well, because
I love how this works. I really do. I love how this works. How y'all just literally can imagine shit and don't even hold up. Let me say this. I love how this works. How y'all can literally contrive some shit in your mind that I said, did, whatever, without any sort of context. And I'm supposed to just always,
it's not that serious. We can always go back and find it. But we did continue to go. We did continue to go.
No. But what JP's what he's accusing me of is that I continue to stoke it and goad. I was goading her or goading someone. He's accusing me of goading. I was not doing any goading.
We don't worry. By tomorrow, I will have the screen recording for you.
All right, I hope you do.
Sick of your shit.
All right. Well, you know what? If you find it and it appears that I am goading or instigating, please let me know. Now, look, I do at times instigate. I will admit that. At times, but I don't think that I don't even think that in the context of this conversation there was ever any of that happening. Bro, I really don't.
She purposely followed directions, and she said, "You know what? I got something." And she said, "You know what? That's it."
It sounds like both JP and Dez are suffering from a firecracker up their ass. Laugh out loud. They be like, "Yeah, I know, Mr. So-and-so," and they want to blame it all on me because they are like fired up. I'm like, well, what the hell did I do? I just moderated, had an interview, invited them to ask questions. I did everything that I was supposed to do.
Instead of you letting it go and going to the next topic.
It wasn't a topic. It wasn't the whole theme of the show, which I let all y'all know. It was Jane's interview. We even talked about this in advance, like in other lives.
I wasn't.
I said I'm going to interview Jane.
Ask her questions. I didn't know that she didn't want us to ask her questions.
Hey, guess what, Des? I didn't know that too. But again, I was going off, maybe naively, I was going off the impression that we done content before that it wouldn't be hostility going on.
Bullshit. Stop with the bullshit.
Oh, here you go again. You're doing the same shit. You're doing the same shit you accuse Jane of. You're doing the same thing you accusing Jane of.
I'm talking to Dez, Neil.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
There you go.
My bad.
See?
My bad. I'm taking accountability. My bad. I was wrong.
Stop with the bullshit, Dez. It's not that she didn't want us to ask her questions. It was me.
Thank you. Listen to Dez. She's still caping. She can't help it.
I agree with JP.
Do you?
That answer can't be any more clear.
All right. Well, he just said you're a caper.
And to even
he just said you're a caper. You agree with that part too?
And to
I said he just basically indirectly said you're a caper. You agree with that too?
I don't know what y'all be using these words on me, and I don't know what they mean.
Because she said I didn't know she didn't want us to ask questions. That's not true.
Right.
He was okay with you asking the questions.
No. But
she's being obsequious
because she was making it seem like she didn't. She was making it seem like she thought it was supposed to be a one-on-one.
She vocally stated, "I am fine with Dez being here, but I am not going to answer."
Dez heard that. She's just being a sycophant.
No. I heard her say that.
So how can you keep separating it then and say that?
I'm not separating nothing. What I said was I heard what she said. I agree with you. I said it fucking earlier, and y'all ain't listening.
Okay, how about this?
There was too much tension between the two of them.
So let me tell y'all this.
There was no fucking understanding on either side. I don't feel like Jane gave him his voice to speak on the situation. For whatever reason, if she thought it was his body or if she thought it was how tight his shirt was, if
his
it
energy.
was because she thought that motherfucker crossed his legs or not, if she thought he was spiritual or not, she had her reason. And I specifically said that she was not listening. She
not
didn't
only
wanna
that,
listen.
not only that, I sat quiet for
And he
approximately
sat quiet,
45
and I
minutes. And
agree.
when she said, "Let me close,"
Mm.
I shut the fuck up and listened to the whole rest. And she still said, "I feel like I am leaving this a loser." That is how much power that she gave me when I sat and listened.
Now, with all of that being said, because we all know that I've expressed in the past that I ardently disagree with Dez's proposition on how men and women should conduct themselves, and I think Jane is now officially in that camp. We can all see, and we have the strongest advocate right here, the strongest proponent, woman proponent here, right on the live with us. We can all see that shit is unhinged. That shit is illogical. That shit doesn't make any sense. And I guarantee you, even the women can't make sense out of it.
I ain't gonna lie now. What the name Anita
They can't.
was rocking with what you call it a little bit. She
Who?
was rocking with it because I ain't gonna front now. There's a couple things her and Keith got down was rocking with her for a little minute now.
Who?
And it's crazy. Anita and Kia,
Anita, she's a feminist too. They all feminists. What's
And I ain't gonna lie.
I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated.
Des, it's not irritation, it's misplaced distress.
It's irritating because the thing again, none of us. Well, I'm not gonna say none of us. I just think that again, I really thought that when we came on here, we were all as a collective going to be able to just kind of talk and spitball. That's what I thought. And when she got on here, she said, I thought that this was going to be a one-on-one. That's what she said first before anything. She said, I thought this was going to be a one-on-one. I wanted my own interview. When she said that, I even took that. I didn't say it out loud, as she didn't want me or JP on the live. I took it that way. But she also knows that, again, I've been completely honest with my feelings towards the situation. I told her before, I didn't agree with the all men are not enemies shit. I did not agree with that. But
listen, let me tell you right now, I don't give a damn if I know you or not. But if I have ever seen you advocate for something and you do a 180, I have questions. I have genuine questions, legitimate questions.
We all had questions.
And you know what?
She didn't want to answer the questions simply because JP was on the live.
Okay, but JP
and Mr. So-and-so though, when he was like, me and Dez got a firecracker up our ass. Look, but you know, with Dez going, with us going back and forth, we can have that banter and it's not shut down, right? But I already knew I could not raise my voice to Jane like that. And if you go back and see, I never did get flustered.
No, Negroes, she was being attacked by your spirit. It's not even that you couldn't even have said a word to her. She was already under attack.
Yes, I said that
that's earlier. What I'm trying to tell you. Like, you had no fighting chance.
And when she say about spirit, I can't rock with it because what she's saying, I get what she's saying. But she's correct because yes, I was going to challenge her. But you're saying my spirit is off because I'm about to challenge what you're saying, because what you're saying is bullshit. So I can rock with. That's why I couldn't argue with her about, if she would have just saying, you coming on here, you ready to challenge me. Yes, I am. But when you start talking about that spirituality shit, now I can get down with Dez because she Miss Cleo and shit like that. I fuck with her on that shit.
I'm better than Miss Cleo. He did palm reading.
Miss Cleo was a scammer.
Jane is one of those
scamming people.
Go to Vegas and she on the side panhandling, with the cards, and she just like, I can tell you future, or pick three cards, Remy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She gonna hustle some shit, but she chose the wrong hustle.
I don't know what y'all saw.
Women and no man No smart, logical man is going to listen to what she's saying. And you're talking about men come on there and cry. Man, I don't know. Well, bro, those are a lot of fatherless men.
She said, "Man, cry to her." 65 of them boys.
Fatherless men, bro.
She said 65 of them boys over there crying their asses off.
I want to say this because there was a live that we did, and I don't remember who said it. JP, it may have been you or whoever was in agreement. And I really didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand when y'all say stuff like, when y'all were saying stuff like, you know, men don't want a woman that's going to advocate for them. Men don't, JP, I think you were the one that said it. When men don't want a woman that's going to advocate for them. When men don't need for women to do those things. That was the way you said it and how you said it put a different perspective in my mind because I had never really heard it that way. I had never really understood it that way, that men, I was really
that's like the telltale sign.
But this is the thing. Again, we have a gender war. And when it comes to stuff, I listen to a lot of stuff. Again, I don't attack people. I don't do that unless I am attacked. But a lot of the time, I want to hear these things because, again, a lot of the stuff some of the stuff that's being said, people are saying it and not really wanting it, or they're, we're providers and protectors. All we was hearing was men are providers and protectors. But
this is so you funny.
And like what I was saying was, again, and I forgot who it was that was in the comments that said men protect what they want. And I'm like, and that's the shit that I be trying to say and get out, but maybe it's not delivered right. But when y'all were saying men don't want women to advocate for them in a certain type of way.
Listen, let me just tell you right now.
That was something that was a little
whatever
bit
y'all believe. I hope Jane is still on. Jane, I hope you're still watching me because I would say this if you were here.
No, you wouldn't.
I promise I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Anyway.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. I ain't mean that.
So
I ain't mean to hit you.
Regardless of what y'all believe, I don't think Jane, I don't even think she knows. I don't think she really truly believes in what she's now representing either. Des, you feel that? You feel that too? Yeah, I feel that.
The mic.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Podcasting mics.
But hold up now, JP. Hold up. You right. But
I really hope TikTok gets banned in a couple days. It needs to, because TikTok has impersonators like that is leading kids and small-minded individuals that can't think for themselves down a very dark path.
This is why I said, This is why I said when I got onto the live and I saw some of the things that were being said, it was like, it was Jane. I know it was Jane. She was hosting the live, but it wasn't Jane. It was almost like a somebody's trying to, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not saying it right.
The devil doesn't like to be challenged.
It was almost like maybe the same sort of impersonation or imposter syndrome that was happening with the whole Men Are Not the Enemy campaign. And Jane, I'm not trying to insult you. I promise you I'm not, because men do this too. And I think it's an indication that somebody is really, obviously they have a lot of experience, some trauma, and they have developed some negative perceptions on about reality. But I just see, I don't know. I just see it through the course of that conversation we were having. Like, y'all can see her like in deep thought when I would ask her like thought-provoking questions. Like, it was almost like she was like, y'all saw that.
Listen, Jane.
Y'all saw that.
Coach.
I know I saw it.
I'm coming at you.
I don't care, man. Y'all can play all y'all want.
I hope this shit hit you like a bus. I'm not with you. I'm coming at you, dog. Listen, I get my chance.
I ain't said nothing.
I get my chance to talk now, and I want you to hear it, dog. Listen, you fake, but But I'm gonna tell you this though, I'm gonna give you some grace, right? Yeah, and what you wanted to do is honorable, you know what I'm saying? But the approach you took was terrible. Go get you a man, right? If you got you a man, then that's how you can advocate. But now that you don't want a man, go find your woman. You know what I'm saying? Go carpet munch, go live your life as binary, whatever.
All right, but you being condescending.
Leave. No, I'm being straight honest. Let me tell you, leave these women alone. Go soak in your own misery. Leave all you hurt.
JP, you don't give a shit. Why do you care what she does with these women and you don't give a shit?
You're correct, but
why are you talking about it?
Because this is the thing. I don't want to change her. I don't. But what I want to do is give you some advice. I don't want to. She said that we can go off and die if we want, for all she cares. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's fine. But let me tell you this. You won't find a man. You're never going to, right? But you're going to find you a nice, studied woman that is going to be a step stud daddy to your child, right? And you're going to confuse your child. And what's going to happen is that child is going to be so confused when he grows up. And what he's going to do is be emotionally scarred to where he's going to abuse women, or he's going to take another route and be confused. And I'm not going to tell you the other alternative was going
to bang out, bros.
But I'm just going to be honest with you. Leave those women alone. I'm going to tell you, I can give this same advice to Dez, but the problem is with Dez is she stands on the side, and I respect that. But I can't respect a con artist. What you need to do is leave them alone. Now, Dez, if you want to go out and find this sisterhood coat like she created, that's fine. But leave them alone.
Okay, so like I said, when it comes to me, like I said, this is why I'm so heavily hell bent on individuality. And one of the reasons why people like me generally don't fit into society is because I have the ability to see and understand things both ways. Does it mean that I agree? No, I understand. It doesn't mean that I agree. I never understood why she would go so hard for men. So now that she doesn't feel that way, now I can sympathize with her because I used to be one of those women. I would attack women all the time when it came to shit that they would say about men. Girl, why is you talking about that man when you know you out here doing you? Like, I used to be like that. I used to be pro-marriage. Oh, let's have a family. Me, you, him.
You know what? No, you know what? Neil had a woman a couple weeks ago. Well, not a couple months ago. That was married, and she was caping for, she was standing firm on his ideology because she had a husband and stuff like that, right? Now,
was it that
your smoke for her was different, right? But you would never address the pick. You called that woman a pick-me, and you chose not to call Jane the pick-me that she is. That's the hurtful part.
I don't have to call her a pick-me.
Yeah, you're not gonna get her to. They're not gonna do that, JP.
I don't have to call her a pick-me, but I can say that I disagree with your way.
But you never held her accountable.
What you mean? I asked her understanding.
Hold up, we about to rehash what we didn't talked about like 5 minutes ago. Her form of accountability, JP, is that she wanted to mediate. She wanted to mediate at that juncture. She wanted to mediate at that juncture, and then she wanted to.
I won't touch it anymore, Neil.
And she wanted to. I'm telling you, a woman's priority. A woman's priority is to empathize. Is to empathize. She is going to empathize before she understands.
You're very sensitive to her psychotic mental state. You're very sensitive to it. You're very sensitive to it.
Who, me or Des?
And it's either A, you just don't want to touch it because if she come at you wrong, you don't want to explode on her, so you just choose not to. But you are very sensitive to her psychotic state, dog.
I'm not. First of all, that's not true because again, me and her, when I first met Jane, we've only done 2 lives together. This one and the very first one we did.
3.
It was 3. There.
We
Okay.
had a whole group chat.
There was, and the first 2 times. Actually, it wasn't the first. It was the first time, I believe. Me and her had exchanged words back and forth because I told her I did not agree with her. I gave her examples of things that women go through with men, and she wasn't trying to hear it. And at that time, I didn't call her a pick me, but I told her that I disagree with her thought process. I don't necessarily have to call you a pick me, just like I don't call all men negative names. Now, if we having a conversation and you come sideways, then yeah, I might start hitting below the belt. But even when men come on here, I try to question and understand what they're saying, what they're feeling, and why they feel that way before I start going off on them. I give everybody the same respect. The only difference about tonight is that I've not had an encounter with Jane because Jane was never disrespectful to me.
But hold up, Jazz, do you think it was you think it might have been conducive to at least and question her current mindset, like to at least question where she at?
I tried to ask.
Don't worry.
No, I'm saying. Hold up. When you on one side, but hold up. Do you agree that when you represent one side, you going 100% for one side, and you're not going about it in a genuine way? You could be classified as a female. You could be classified as a pick me, right? So what would be the?
I genuinely believe that she wants to see men in a light that.
So that's what I want to ask you. So instead of this whole like scathing critique that JP is saying and holding her accountability, fine. Let's say you didn't want to do that. Why not at least what's the word? I guess challenge her in her current where she is today. Like if she's saying, okay, now I believe this, why not just at least say, hey, look, you didn't believe that then. You don't believe what you believe right now.
JP said it. I sat here.
We ain't talking about JP.
No, I sat here pretty much quiet the whole time. The only conversation I really had with her is when she started talking about she didn't like how his spirit was, his aura. That was the only time I really had conversation. And
I'm just trying to think, like, if I was in that position and I believe so, JP would be fucking holding me. Like, JP would not be holding fucking back.
It was JP's turn to hold her accountable. He was the one going back with her.
No.
I was held to the cross.
Listen, and I agree. It was JP's turn to hold her accountable, and instead of him being able to do that, she argued with him. She argued. She never let him get a word in. He never was really able to say what it was that he felt. He never really got his.
What is the pick me equivalent? What is the pick me equivalent? What is the opposite side of a quick pick me?
Between you and JP, and be very honest, how many times have you all in all these conversations that we had actually hear me use the word pick me?
No, you never use that word.
You all never really hear me.
I know you're not. No, you're not. You don't use that jargon. I understand that, but what I'm asking, you know what it is, though, right? Do you know what?
No, because you're not gonna use it on live, but that's a conversation with me and you.
Okay,
That's
fine, but Des routinely says she's not up on the whole internet jargon. She says that all the time. So what I'm saying is,
I really don't know, and that's why I be
yeah,
I really do be
I
trying.
know you do.
When y'all say stuff like men,
like when I said caping earlier, you like, what the hell is that?
I still don't know. But
Yeah.
even like I said before, when y'all were saying, "Oh, men don't want women doing certain things," again, I've not had a man in a very long time. I've not had a serious relationship in a very long time. I've spent so much time away from relationships that a lot of what's happening right now, I'm still trying to catch up to. There is a gender war that we are all going through. It's man versus woman. And this has been at least the last year and a half that I know. Neil, prior to me getting on your lives that I got on before yours were not romantic or relationship based. I'm talking to people about boxing. I'm talking to people about sports. We're talking about politics. All of this gender shit for me, I'm really just trying to catch up to. And I really got the opportunity to do that when me and you had that hash that got me on first live. So
don't worry.
Well, hold on, wait a second. I need to understand what is the. I'm thinking about this term "pick me." Yes, Des, I know you don't use it, but we all understand what it means generally. I'm trying to understand. So, a pick me would be a woman false advertising something that she truly doesn't hold true in her own life, in her own reality. She's basically misrepresenting something that she claims to represent, right?
Because she doesn't want to be out here looking like.
Okay, so hold on. Apply that same logic to a woman that who feels that way towards men now feels that way towards women. Wouldn't they still be a pick me, even if you go from advocating for men to now you advocating for women? You almost saying like pick me and let me virtue signal enough to where I'm part of the crowd, I'm part of the group.
See, y'all are looking at it like that. I didn't look at it like that.
Is that a pick me too? Is that fair to call that to? Is that fair to characterize a woman in that sort of position as a pick me as well?
To be honest, I would not have classified it as that. I would not have classified.
Am I off, JP?
Now she very well, you all may consider her a pick me.
So you a pick me regardless if you advocate for men falsely or women.
I don't think you should be advocating for anything that you're not really on board with.
Right. Yes.
In that sense, you should not be advocating. But in her defense, again, I understand her because I was that woman that was going very hard for men at one point. And I went through all these traumatic situations. And I said, you know what? The shit that she said she was seeing now with the men cheating and the men lying and the men not being, all of that stuff, I saw it for so long that I had to pull myself out of it.
Yeah,
I was fighting for men. I'm arguing with women.
We understand the rite of passage when it comes to pookie picking. We get it. The rite of passage when it comes to pookie picking. We understand that.
Neil, you asked her a question, right? About the crowd of women that she was talking to, right? And just what she don't want to even realize is a lot of women stay in the same pool of men, right? So right. you're gonna continue to find men so you're gonna keep going to the club, but you're gonna say, I just try different men in the club. Right. How about not go to the club at all? Try other men. So she's talking to hurt, broken women.
It's an echo chamber.
The same men, but then you're grabbing. She's trauma bonding with women.
But I'm saying, is that a pick me? Because it's almost like I'm virtue signaling, saying, hey, look, ladies, I understand y'all too.
Because she's trying.
Pick me to be part of the sisterhood.
She's trying, but she wants to find some group.
Bro,
to be
I'm on to something.
She wants to be in a group so bad. She wants to be accepted by
Thank you. And the man in her mind rejected her. So you know what? I'm going to reject that shit. So let me go over to where I'm welcome.
The first ones that rejected her, that shows how she does not know how to pick. Because the first ones that rejected her was the women, and she went back to them.
But pause. The reason why she felt that rejection and why it's so palpable to her is because they ride and die for the wrong motherfucker.
For the wrong reasons.
I'm talking about blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. They ride and die for the wrong motherfucker, and that motherfucker and that dude shapes their entire worldview.
But don't worry about it, Des. Sweet cheeks. Don't worry. I'm off tomorrow, so I got time while I'm in the gym. I'm gonna listen to all 3 lives, and just like I say, Neil. Oh, you gonna get some screen records too. And don't try to act like you had such a busy day at work. Oh, someone called off. Oh, I had a long day. Nah, you better answer them messages.
Who, me? I got
Dead.
Oh, yeah.
You better answer them messages.
Someone who would do anything, no matter how outrageous.
Listen, like I said, I understand it always. Attention. I understand everybody's way.
Maybe that's a symptom of pick me.
But again,
Craig.
like I said too, again, I'm understanding her not just because she's a woman, but the same stuff that she is experiencing right now is nothing short of what I've been saying about men.
Yeah, but me and JP, our medicine is our prescriptions are different here. Our medicine is accountability and truth. Yeah. Look yourself in the mirror. Your prescription is let's try to understand more. And I'm like,
let's try to understand more. Let's hate them. Fuck it. Let's hate.
No, Des is not saying that.
Let me just say this too. For the record, I'm not a part of any fucking cult. I am an individual. I'm not a part of no cult.
So you say.
I'm not. I am an individualist. I'm an individual, and this is why.
When do you separate yourself from cult members like that? When y'all both see, when y'all say, "I understand," where you see, when do you verbally express that you draw the line that I don't stand?
They ain't got no goddamn lines.
Because you keep saying,
I drew the line when she first acknowledged that men were not the enemy. At that point, I pulled myself away.
No. I'm not talking about that. That's fine. I am talking about now, in the circle of people she's in now, in the sisterhood hate cult. You're still not separating yourself to where you say, I see where she's coming from.
She ain't gonna do that.
But you're still not separating yourself and saying, listen, I'm not where y'all at. Because because you're still looping yourself. When I understand, oh yeah, I agree with her, but you're saying I'm not in the sisterhood.
They don't do that, JP.
I'm agreeing with y'all, but it's still a lot of stuff that y'all say that I disagree with. So the same thing I do the same thing with all of y'all across the board.
Separate yourself from her.
I'm already separated from her. Again, there are things about her that I agree with, and there are things about her that I don't agree with. And I've made that perfectly clear. When she was talking all of that shit about men are not the enemy, I disagreed with her at that point, and me and her did not really have a common ground. But we did to the fact that I feel like I understood where she came from when it comes to wanting to go hard for men, wanting to think that men are a particular way. And I told, even in one of them lives,
you think I understand a simp and want to understand a simp?
See, y'all keep using all of this simp shit. Listen. I don't go by that stuff.
No, a weak man is a plague to society. Des. Hello, Des. A weak man is a plague to society.
I am going to hold myself,
and he is worthy of all of the social shame coming his fucking way.
What I'm gonna do for you, Neil, tomorrow, I am going to go back and listen to all the lies. Me, you been on together, you, me, and Dad's been on together. you can't. I believe in myself so confidently, but when you tell me I straw man some shit, it's no way that you say that. When listening to Dez, that you say I straw man shit like that. God,
yeah, Dez is she
boy,
goddamn.
I gotta go back and
Yeah.
listen. Because I'm talking about she is this
Dez is on the yellow brick road for real.
That shit too.
You ain't lying. She been straw man and hard like a big dog. She keep
God.
going back to I don't y'all saying I never held her accountable. We know that, Dez.
We're talking
we just
about
saying what we notice as men. We notice as men is women don't know how to distinguish themselves from the outliers or the ones who they don't align with.
I just sat here and told y'all
we're not talking about at the beginning. Because what we're saying is even at this juncture right now, what she represent, inherently she don't even represent what she was talking about now.
But you
know that.
But you keep going back to what she was before. No. About what she at now.
Right.
At this point, what I heard her say, as far as how men treat women, I agreed with that. I agree with that because I do understand that. Now, again, prior to this particular conversation, because I understand where you coming from now, I'm trying to understand how the fuck did you get to this?
We talked about all that.
She said it was because of the lies. She started to see the things that she was doing was not working out for her when it
the same old Tyler Perry story. We know.
You will not, but as logical as you say that you are, you will not stand firm on saying how delusional her walk is now. She is not representing in the right place.
I don't know. Listen. Y'all keep wanting me to pick it's not no side picking.
It is a side, Negro.
It's not even about side picking.
It is. It's all about side.
Acknowledge how bullshit it is.
Hold on. Listen. I acknowledged it when it was time to acknowledge it. She said she's not on that anymore. She said she is on a different path. Now, again, this is why I said to you all earlier, when it comes to certain conversations that men have with women, I was unaware, or I'm not going to say that I just never heard the conversations of anybody saying, oh, men, I did not know it was a thing that men did not like women advocating for them. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that, it's certain things that men don't want a woman speaking for them.
That's interesting because you sound like most women who don't know shit about men, but y'all judge us.
But the thing is, I judge off of what actually happens to me.
If you look at any royalty or any stories of anything, no king's queen went advocating for the king. There's no stories. I'm talking about fairy tale, even fairy tales.
And that may be true. But again, if I'm not, I don't look at it that way because it was never introduced to me like that. It wasn't introduced to me like that.
Because you know why? You know why women don't go and advocate for men for how good their men are? Is because women don't like each other. So when they find what so-called woman keeps saying that is so perfect for her, they stab her in the back and go and try to holler at that man.
They excoriate that woman.
He's going to treat her the same way.
They are vicious.
They're vicious. So that is and you know that because you see, even though you took time off of social media, you're logical to know that all women say, I'm never posting my man on here. Y'all hoes be hating. Hoes will sit there and post their pit. They would spend so much time posting the man, but put a fucking sticky smiley face on his face.
There you go.
That is what I'm saying. So you can say you never knew that.
Or just showing the food.
You're straw man in the argument, but I'm gonna leave it like that because again, when you got it, I'm fine with it.
No.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I have
talking about
Learned a
some
lot
strong man.
tonight, and I
No,
thought it was a.
I agree where I agree, and I disagree where I disagree.
All right, that's fine. That's
fine.
fine. That's fine, Des, and we got you. Listen, you're neither right, neither wrong. You know, neither left nor the right. We got you. All I'm simply saying is, like I said, although JP and I may agree on virtually a lot of stuff, but the problem is, like I said, to all y'all degenerates, is that until you establish a moral, ethical code of conduct to abide by, everything's going to run rampant. Everything's going to devolve into moral relativism. Everything's going to be about how I feel, what my spirit energies are telling me. It's all going to. I'm telling you, Sodom and Gomorrah will be here in a matter of weeks. That's how that shit's going to play out, because everybody has their own world, their own bubble, their own life, their own truth. When we are totally fucking failing to actually notice the real truth, we're negating and neglecting the actual obvious truth, is that there are some unflattering realities that both male and females need to confront. But, we spend so much time mollycoddling each other and not telling the fucking truth that everybody's just going to dance around it, whistle past the grave, and, devolve into more nihilism. That's the way it's going to go. That's the way it's got to be.
And Neil, you know what? I want to apologize, right? Because
thank you. I'll take it.
I should have. You
hurt my feelings. I was sad.
What I said was all true. Right, I'm not taking it.
Motherfucker.
But what I'm going to talk about is my actions, right? So when just allowing you to get that 30 minutes off, if I would have really trusted that you're going to just get all the information that you want to get out in 30 minutes, and we all can get to the point like this, yeah, I could have just let it go. But I thought when you said we could ask questions, I wasn't going to go sideways, but I did want, you said that she understands you and Dez is going to ask probing questions. And that was just my first question. But I can take accountability and say this.
Again, both you and Dez keep operating from this faulty ass premise, whereas I knew that she was going to flip the goddamn script.
Well, no,
okay, not you, Dez, then JP. Stop operating from the premise that I knew anything. I had just as much as naive intentions of doing this interview and everybody having conversations and kumbaya, and just like y'all, I didn't know the shit was going to go to the left field.
My problem was this. If Jane would have been on time and came like it was supposed to, I don't think the energy probably would have gotten like that. That you had to call
real talk, so
this and that. The way that I came probably would have been different, right? But yeah, when you were on the phone with her, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it already had guys say, I just didn't even want that motherfucker to come on at all when she had you waiting.
All right, well then maybe she was right about your diabolical spirit then,
because
Negro.
my anger wasn't towards her personally, it was the way she disrespected your platform with you wanting her to come on.
I know, but don't adopt.
I don't like the way you sound.
But listen.
I love you enough.
Future references. Okay, future references. Don't die on no fucking cross for me. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. She was all right. I understood what was happening. I understood, JP. I totally understood everything that was going down. Listen, some might argue Dez gets on my platform in disrespect. I don't listen. Maybe I'm just a cut from a whole different type of fucking cloth, but that shit don't bother me. It does not. It genuinely does not. That's why when Dez asked the whole "who hurt you" shit, look, it's funny. This shit's funny. And look, the problem is with people. The problem is motherfuckers are way too sensitive that y'all miss information. Y'all absolutely miss information that can be conveyed in a very constructive manner.
I agree. That's all.
What the fuck you want me to say?
That was all I was trying to do. And
the sad part is, whenever I'm wrong about anything, now y'all know when I'm right about some shit, y'all know because I take my credit. But when I'm wrong as well, I'm quick to say my bad. I'm sorry. I have no problem doing that. You want to know why? Because I am a fucking human being. The world does not explode. Now, JP, if that was me in that situation, I would say I was fucking wrong for even continuing to engage in that conversation. For you to even shirk any blame on her, that is you relinquishing your accountability. That's what that is.
Yeah, whatever, man. I stand.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
I stand on that.
I know you stand on that.
I don't have to die on the hill for you or cross because you were logical enough to be like, you know what? My friend's gonna die on the hill for me, so I'm just gonna throw him.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go. See,
I'm gonna throw him off for him.
See how you do? You are very clever linguistic. You know, you like to take what the fuck I just said, twist it into some spaghetti, and then spit it out in a whole different fucking filter. Nigga, I said that Jane, whatever she said, excuse my language, I don't mean to be cussing so much. I'm tripping. Whatever Jane was on. My whole notion was to get her on, do the interview, and I didn't predict that it was going to go the way it did, but the moment it did, JP, you should have ceased fired.
And this is the thing.
Like it ain't that deep. Like I tried to tell D Nice with Dez. I said, look, let's continue.
Don't. This is
you thrown me.
I hold everybody accountable. I'm too real.
You thrown me a lot of alley-oops and brought her name up in a lot of our lives, and I've chosen not to elaborate and give context on anything. But today she was here. That is the reason why I'm going to stay on it. But any other time that she's brought up,
it don't mean shit. It's not even a principled position to stand on, though. It's not a principled position to stand on. The shit that you pounding your chest for right now, it's not even. It's so meaningless. It's so insignificant to say, hey, I fucking had a lapse of judgment by engaging with someone who was absolutely judging me because I had bad energy.
No, because
what the fuck? Who does that?
Because
if a female told me I can't talk to your whole ass because you got bad energy, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
You said we can probe. So all I wanted to do was try to get one out, but I should not have cared to ask about my energy part. I should have just taken what she said at that time and let it go and not was like, well, listen, so what is it about me? I'm apologizing for that part, not the initial part. I should have just took the initial part and just let her go. But I felt like the way to get myself back into the conversation, that I'm not just looking stupid because I invited people on the live to actually say, okay, well, let's just have a conversation where you could just attack me and let's see where. And I know Neil is going to finally, eventually, you're going to rage.
Oh, did you now? You knew that now?
Well, you knew? Yes, after an hour in it, you was like, hey, look, I know you got somewhere to go because she's sitting in the car. This bitch ain't Derek Jackson.
Okay, well, you over here postulating this whole idea that you were the sacrificial. Hold up. He's postulating this notion that he was this fucking sacrificial lamb type shit, and I'm like, look, dog, it wouldn't. Okay, well, you know what? If you want Dez to sit over there, and throw your ass a fucking memory foam pillow, that's all good. If you want, okay, listen. If you want Dez to act as your memory foam and O to act as your memory foam, do that. All I'm simply saying is, for word to the wise, when you out in real life and you engage with a motherfucker that ain't trying to engage, just don't engage.
Neil is that father when you were a child. Neil is Mr. Wilson.
I can't keep it any more real than what I am.
Just past his house. Don't nobody want to pick
up. Because I promise you, I'm not saying anything that JP would not say to me. That's the most beautiful part about this. JP, go back.
Everything right now. I'm very confused with everything.
Like, if you already see it, like I can't even do the face. I can't even do the mannerisms the way as frequently you say this. You say this. You didn't follow your own principle, yet you feel it's a principled position to stand on that you held your ground against her. Who, like, me? Nigga, come on.
What did he do?
Yeah, I didn't say
He
that.
said he said I stand on it. I stand on it. I represent.
No. What I'm saying is everything after that. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying, I'm not pounding my chest about
The whole thing was an L, JP, is what I'm trying to tell you. From start to finish.
Oh, you talking about the whole live?
No, not the whole live, the whole interaction.
The whole interview?
The whole interaction after she responded to your line of questioning and you continue to engage. That moment it became this is the moment where he just fucked up.
And I'm okay with saying that. But
thank you.
You're saying that
took us a while.
But that's not how she views it. She views she took the L, which she didn't.
Who cares what she views? Wasn't she wrong for not allowing you to even speak? If somebody's already in a position, if somebody's not even allowing you to defend yourself, we don't have to draw a big fucking red sticker on their face to see that they're the one that's not trying to have a good faith conversation. Everybody can see that. The question is, why engage with someone who's not trying to have a good faith discussion?
I could say, and what you just said, I was trying to do the same thing.
But it was only twice.
Yeah,
I only tried twice. So again, in a whole hour span, I only tried twice.
Yeah, but she basically she had your number from the jump. And you know what? It became blatantly clear to me the moment I saw just that whole flare up. I'm like, oh shit, like what the hell did JP did? And then she said it's something from the old live and all that. I didn't even know she was still thinking about all that. I'm like, damn, that was like eons ago. But apparently it's still there, and she still attributes what took place then to now. So you are just as
but again, granted, man.
So what the hell?
She's not wrong. I don't fuck with her. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. She's not lying though.
Real talk.
Like her. I just would never trust her. But I understand why she reacted the way that she reacted, because I am gonna always interrupt her spirit, because I am not going to go with it. I don't have no vested interest in her being here like you do, but I do have to be more respectful to your platform because you brought her here. Right?
But I think that she might have been right though, JP. I think she might have been right about something about you though. I think she might have been right, because when she said she feels like, and I use the word feel.
Okay.
She feels like you don't want to learn anything from her. And I was like, I thought about that for a second.
She's not lying. But she can
so basically she was right about even talking to you from the start.
But she can't say that about anybody else. She's correct. She's not lying. I don't want to learn.
So you mean to tell me the spirit guides was correct?
No, it's my actions. It had nothing to do with my spirit. I visibly don't trust you, but I can hear you out.
Okay.
I can hear you out.
So hold up. You didn't vocalize any of this to her. She read that from
She was going to rage quit if I would have said me agreeing with her would even more made her rage quit.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is that you didn't have to vocalize any of this opposition to her. She basically, if I'm hearing you right, because you just confirmed everything that she initially felt. But that didn't. Yes, but again, bro. She's coming in. I don't trust by her. So you may tell me it's something to the spiritual shit.
No.
Oh, hell no, man. That's witchcraft, bro.
Bro, any person with eyes can see my actions. I always tell Des, what do I tell you? Pay attention to my actions, not what I say. So again, I am showing you I don't trust you, but I'm going to hear you out. That's fine, but I don't have to. You have nothing to teach me. She is correct. But that's not saying that I can't learn nothing from you or Des or O or Dylan or D Nice. That's bro, it's you. You're correct. I am going to always disrupt you because I am going to challenge you. Let's have a conversation. She has never given me anything of substance, for me to meet her halfway.
You should learn. JP. You should really go back and learn the Socratic method. It's a line of inquiry where you can elicit the information that you want to know that's pertinent to your question, your line of questioning, without. It's almost like anyway.
Why
You go
can't I
back and
just
look
be
it up.
cordial with her? Why
Well,
can't I just
Negro, no, it don't work like that. She felt like your ass was the op out the gates. Anyways, we are so done. We've been doing at this for I don't know how long. Everybody got to work. I appreciate y'all for being here. I think we got some valuable insight from this conversation per usual.
Some active chat, bro. That was up.
Yeah, we got y'all in the chat, man. Y'all was engaged. I really appreciate y'all. I know everyone didn't speak, but I really appreciate y'all. Look at little Des. Y'all even gave Miss Des some love. Ain't that so sweet? Because she be feeling like y'all. Des feel like y'all be coming at her.
No,
she be feeling like y'all be coming at her.
This is probably one out of 3 lives where I've not had to go off on someone. It's usually me in James' spot going off on somebody. I'm just happy it wasn't me tonight because I be feeling bad about it. I do.
Well, yeah. See, Chad, y'all gotta show Des some love because you know what I'm saying. She sometimes she gets reluctant about jumping on because she feel like. You know, y'all coming at her.
And I really come on here wanting to, even if I don't like what you say or I don't agree, like JP said, I'm still willing to hear you out for understanding. If you're not willing to hear somebody out, you're not going to understand why they do what they do. So you're always going to be at some point miserable by them or irritated by them. Mm-hmm. But if you have an understanding, just like all of the guys that came on this live that I've argued with, like I can get on a live with any of them again. I'm not going to say it won't turn into something, but I'm willing to get on a live with any of them and have the conversation because I stand firm on what I feel. But again, it's not my job.
You raised Crip a couple times actually though, so you know. I said you raised crit in the past a few times. So.
Yeah, but that's only because somebody did something really negative to me. Other than that, I like to hear people out. I don't mind hearing people out. I be wanting to hear people, especially guys.
And I wasn't gonna call her names on the live or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna. I knew just my words was gonna make her rage quick, but I wasn't gonna be disrespectful to her though. I with Jane, it's gonna always be a pushback, and
it's just like that. It's just like that.
I just wish that she would be more in tune with herself to have the conversation to let's talk it out.
Negro, she feel that same way about you.
Well, again,
real talk.
I'm willing to hear anybody out. She wants to teach me so bad. Let's just talk. I'm understanding enough to hear you out to be like, that makes sense. But you want to. She is a woman that, again, men were not the enemy when she wanted men to lead. Now she wants to dominate. So that's why when you say I don't want to learn anything from her, I can't hear you.
You heard it all before. Basically.
Yeah, I can't hear you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm gonna say I heard and understood too, but I'm not a part of any cult.
Oh no, she ain't part of no card.
I'm not a part of any cult. Like I said, it don't matter. If it
well, I'll tell you right now. Here
it would be the same. I would be the same with him. If it were any other guy, even with O, I actually really wanted to like O. Even after that shit he did, I felt kind of bad. I had even had to we didn't say this out in the open publicly, but I told you, Neil, that I felt a little bad for how I came at O, even though he came at me the wrong way. I don't be wanting to have no controversy with people, but again, to me. From the beginning, you can already somewhat gauge people energy.
The only person that you really rattled that it was just really uncomfortable was D-Nice. But Dylan and O, they really wasn't.
That other one, Dylan.
Dylan didn't. Hey, Dylan.
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't talk about my hands.
No,
they fuck with you. They just, again, the same way that I came at Jane O and Dylan is the same way.
No.
Because Dylan is very, very laid back. Dylan is very.
He is. He's pretty
First
laid
of all,
back.
but this is the thing.
That nigga don't even yell.
I be telling you, but it wasn't about him yelling. My issue with him was the extra sarcasm.
Oh,
and again, not only just the sarcasm, but again, don't tell me or don't do something that you know you're not going to do. Don't get on here and start trying to clown a system of women who are acting like this because they feel like you've done the same shit that you sitting up here laughing and you not trying to take shit seriously. I'm not going to do that to you.
Listen, let me say this, because y'all just meandering on and on and on. We ain't supposed to shut this shit down like 15 minutes ago. Let me say this.
And you bring anybody on this motherfucker that's disrespectful, they gonna get this mouth.
Word up. Deuce here. Deuce. Jehovah Deuce. Deuce here. Des.
They gonna get that mouth.
West side down. All right, so listen. This is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I think that it would probably behoove every last one of y'all, and even the chat if needed, to look to me as your moral exemplar.
No, absolutely not.
Let me finish. Allow me to finish.
You know he
No.
See, Neil.
No.
You and Dylan got to do the little extra snarky shit.
I'm just trying to close it out so everyone can get. Allow me to just close it out, okay?
What is that word?
Proper closing. All I want to say is there are times in everyone's life where we have our tribulations, and sometimes we make missteps. That is why I am here, right? I am here to act as a sort of moral exemplar, right? I, on the other hand, do not embrace the sensitive skin cult. I don't embrace that. There's nothing anyone. I challenge you to find one person to ever get under my skin. You want to know why? Do you really want to know why? Because I know what I believe, and I'm grounded in what I believe, and anchored to what I believe, to where there's no upheaval, there is no sort of misinterpretation, there is no reason that anyone's particular worldview can impose or fracture or destabilize my composition, my level-headedness, my temperament. I am a very level-headed individual, and I believe that is probably the best recourse we all should take as adults.
And then he woke up. Okay.
Hold the fuck up. Hold up. I'm going to close it with this. All I'm going to say is y'all need to stop with this sensitivity training that y'all have literally indoctrinated yourselves into, that every single word that someone says or approach or whatever you want to characterize it as a means for you to react in a certain manner. You are in charge of how you respond to anything in life. Like, I'm literally blessing you all with that information. You are in charge of your own ship, legitimately. Okay, and if that ship happens to go off the fucking cliff, that is your problem. All right. Now, I think if more people started to say this, if we heard this more often, more people would actually believe that they actually are in charge of their own decisions and how they respond to fucking irrational people, places, or things. Okay. So with that being said, thank you all for coming. It has been a very, very, very lovely discussion tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed this live. Please go check out my girl Desi DC on the gram, as well as her YouTube, Flicking on My Bick. Did I say it right, Des?
Mm-hmm.
Flicking on My Bick. Go check it out. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a Christian, be leery. And go check out my man JP. FM FWM Productions. I don't know when my man JP about to pick the mic back up, but I'm gonna hold out hope because as you can see, when I bring JP on, although he has limited time to say anything at times, it may present that way. JP has a lot of value and a lot of truth. Okay. He just has a little difficulties in expressing himself at times. But it's don't worry about it. Everything's going to work out, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. It's been great. Until next time, we are out. Peace. You heard. Hold up, y'all. Hold up.